The words you speak are not small. They are contracts written in the invisible. Every sentence you utter is an agreement that heaven instantly confirms. Say you are broke, and lack will come running. Say you are blessed, abundance will rush in. The universe is not waiting for your struggle. It is waiting for your command. Your tongue is the pen that writes tomorrow's reality. Every complaint is a signature of defeat. Every affirmation a signature of victory. You are never alone when you speak. Seen powers echo your words with a mighty yes. Life has not denied you. It has only repeated what you agreed to. Change your words, you will change your world. For the law is unbreakable when you speak it. Heaven confirms it. Your tongue is a contract. Every word you speak signs an agreement with heaven or with fear. Most people do not realize that when they open their mouth, they are entering into spiritual agreements that will govern their lives. Words are not sounds that fade into the air. They are living forces that create the conditions you walk in tomorrow. When you say, "I can't do it," you have signed an agreement with limitation. When you declare, "I will never have enough," you have entered into a contract with lack. But when you boldly affirm, "I am divinely supplied, abundantly provided for," you have signed heaven's contract for wealth. The law does not hesitate. The law does not argue. The law only confirms what your tongue declares. In America, people know the power of a signature. One stroke of a pen can buy a house, close a deal, or release a paycheck. That is why I tell you that your tongue is more powerful than ink. When you speak, you place your signature on the invisible documents of your life. Imagine standing at the counter of a bank. The teller slides you a form. If you sign the line that says, "Decline," no money moves. If you sign the line that says, "Accept," the funds are released. Every day your words are choosing which line you are signing. If you say, "I am always broke," you just signed the decline line. But when you say, "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways," you signed the accept line, and the universe releases the supply. This is not wishful thinking. It is the law of spiritual agreement. Heaven does not create for you. It confirms what you choose. And yet how many walk around with contracts of fear hanging over their heads? They say, "This sickness runs in my family." And they sign an agreement with illness. They say, "The economy is bad. Nobody succeeds right now." And they sign an agreement with failure. Do you see? Their tongue has written the script of their tomorrow. The universe obeys. But you are not powerless. The same tongue that cursed can bless. The same tongue that bound can free. New word of faith can cancel years of negative agreements. A man who has spoken defeat all his life can wake up one morning and boldly declare, "I walk in victory now." And in that moment he tears up the old contract and heaven confirms the new one. The question is not whether the law works. The question is, what are you agreeing to? Every complaint, every excuse, every word of doubt is a binding signature. And every affirmation, every word of faith, every declaration of truth is a binding signature as well. The law does not care who you are or where you stand, only cares what you speak. That is why Jesus said, "By your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned." In America, people fight so hard for contracts, for written guarantees, for insurance, for security. They forget the greatest insurance they already hold, the power of their spoken word. The unseen world is your notary, and the moment your tongue speaks, the paper is sealed. So I ask you, what will you allow your tongue to sign today? If you want health, speak health and heaven will confirm. If you want prosperity, speak prosperity and heaven will confirm. If you want peace, speak peace and heaven will confirm. Do not waste your words on fear, for fear writes contracts you do not want to live under. Every time you open your mouth, know this: you are either signing with fear or signing with faith. Choose carefully. Tongue is the pen of your destiny. When you understand this truth, your entire life changes. Is not a puppeteer pulling strings, deciding randomly who gets wealth and who gets poverty, who gets joy and who gets sorrow. Heaven is a mirror, a great confirmer, responding to the agreements you make with your tongue. People often say, if God wanted me to be rich, I would be, or, if it's meant to be, will happen. But the law of spiritual agreement does not work that way. The law waits, quietly, patiently, until you speak. The moment you declare, heaven begins to echo your word. If you speak lack, it nods and says, so be it. If you speak abundance, nods and says, so be it. If you speak health, it nods and says, so be it. Do you see how powerful that makes you? You are not a victim of chance. You are a co-creator with the divine, and your weapon, your instrument, your signature, is your word. In America, we love the idea of freedom, choice, and independence. Every citizen is told, your vote counts. And truly, in the spiritual realm, your vote is your word. Every time you speak, you cast your ballot. Will you vote for fear or for faith? You vote for sickness or for health? Will you vote for poverty or for prosperity? The universe tallies no lies. It takes every ballot and confirms it with results. Is why some live in cycles of defeat. They keep casting the same vote with their tongue, and wondering why the outcome never changes. Does not override your ballot. It only counts what you submit. Think of it like a courtroom. You stand before the judge of life. He does not force a verdict. He listens. He waits. Then he confirms your plea. If you say, I will never make it, the gavel comes down and the judgment is confirmed. If you say, I am divinely guided and successful, the gavel comes down and that judgment is confirmed. The court of heaven is always in session. Your tongue is always making its case. You are not being punished. You are being confirmed. This is why Florence Scovel Shinn said, your word is your wand. She knew that you hold the power to create or destroy with your tongue. Imagine walking into a restaurant. You are handed a menu, and you choose what to eat. The waiter does not argue with you. He simply takes your order and delivers it. Is the same. Your words are your order, and the universe is the waiter. Yet, how many sit at the table of life ordering bitterness, ordering lack, ordering failure, without realizing they could order abundance, joy, and success? If you sit in a diner and say, bring me burnt toast and cold coffee, they will bring you exactly that. But if you say, bring me steak and fresh fruit, that is what will arrive. Life never questions your order, it only confirms it. Americans look at their history. They see the power of declaration. The Declaration of Independence was not simply ink on paper. It was a spiritual agreement that shaped a nation. Words birthed freedom, and heaven confirmed them. The same principle works in your personal life. The moment you declare freedom from debt, freedom from fear, freedom from sickness, heaven begins to align events, people, and circumstances to confirm that declaration. But the opposite is also true. If you keep declaring bondage, heaven confirms that too. The truth is, heaven is impartial. It does not play favorites, simply says, yes, to your dominant word. That should not frighten you. It should empower you. Because if you don't like what you've been living, you can change the agreement today. You can tear up old contracts and write new ones with your tongue. You can cast a new ballot, place a new order, and make a new plea in the courtroom of life. Heaven is ready to confirm, but it will only confirm what you choose. This flows directly from what I just revealed to you. That heaven does not choose for you. It only confirms what you choose. If every word is an agreement, then understand this: even the words you think are small, casual, careless are being recorded in the great law. Every idle word creates. Every complaint commands. You may laugh when you say, "I'm so broke it's funny," but the law does not laugh. It confirms. You may casually sigh, "I'm always tired," but the law does not sigh. It stamps that contract and sets it in motion. Words are never empty. Words are always alive, shaping, building, tearing down, or lifting up. What you dismiss as just talking is heaven's instruction sheet for your tomorrow. Is why so many in America live lives they never consciously chose. They think circumstances chose for them, but in reality, their own idle words did the choosing. They declared they could never afford a house, and years later, they still rent. They declared that love never works out for them, and their relationships continue to fail. They complained about never catching a break, and the law, impartial and exact, brought them more of the same. The universe is not ignoring them. It is obeying them. Their complaints were not harmless venting. Their complaints were binding commands. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Cannot escape from himself, or from the law of his own spoken word." This truth must wake you up. Your life is a living echo of your own speech. If you tell a child, "You're just like your father," you'll never be successful. Those words do not vanish. They take root, and heaven confirms them, producing in that child what was spoken. If you stand in your office and complain, "This company never promotes me," the law begins closing doors you might not even see. And if you constantly declare, "I always get sick during winter," then winter becomes your season of contracts with illness. Here is where the law becomes your ally instead of your enemy. If every idle word creates, every intentional word can create even more powerfully. If every complaint commands, then every praise commands double. You don't need to beg God for a breakthrough. You need to stop commanding your bondage and begin commanding your blessing. Imagine someone standing at a drive-through window. If they order junk food day after day, their health will show it. The moment they change their order, the window delivers something new. Life is the same. If you've been ordering defeat with your complaints, change your order. Begin to say, "Everything works out for me. Money finds me wherever I go. I am filled with energy and divine health." Watch how quickly the kitchen of heaven prepares your new meal. This takes us closer to the next key, that one declaration of faith can cancel 1,000 agreements of fear. This is why you should never despair over your past words. Yes, they created the circumstances you see now. You hold the eraser in your mouth. Just as easily as you bound yourself with idle words, you can free yourself with words of truth. The law does not cling to your old mistakes. It simply confirms what is active today. The moment you replace a complaint with an affirmation, you tear up the old contract and sign a new one. The moment you silence idle words and choose intentional speech, you begin reshaping your entire world. This truth is the rescue you have been waiting for. After hearing how every idle word creates and every complaint commands, you might feel heavy, thinking of all the careless contracts you have signed with your tongue over the years. But listen closely. You are not trapped by your past words. One declaration of faith can cancel 1,000 agreements of fear. The law of spiritual agreement is not cruel, it is merciful, immediate, and alive. The moment you choose faith, the moment you release truth from your tongue, the atmosphere shifts. The universe tears up the old files and stamps the new order. May have written your yesterday, but faith can write your today and your tomorrow. Think of it like this in America. If someone files for bankruptcy, their old debts are legally erased. The past contracts are null and void. They are given a new beginning. Spiritually, your declaration of faith does the same thing. No matter how many times you said, "I'll never succeed," one powerful affirmation of faith, "I am divinely guided into success now," erases the old agreements and establishes the new. If you spent years saying, "I'm always sick," one bold statement, "I am healthy, whole, and strong in divine life," rises higher and cancels the past. The law does not count numbers, it counts authority, has no authority in the presence of truth. Florence Scovel Shinn said that faith is fearless. It does not beg, it does not waver, it speaks and expects. That is why one faith-filled word is stronger than 1,000 words of doubt. Doubt whispers, faith declares. Doubt trembles, but faith commands. Picture a dark room filled with shadows. You could spend hours chasing each shadow. The moment you light a single candle, all of them scatter. That candle is your declaration of faith. You don't need to chase down every fearful contract you ever signed. You only need to speak the truth boldly now. Light dissolves the darkness. And let me refresh you here, because I don't want you to feel the weight of correction alone. I want you to feel the fire of possibility. Pause for a moment and breathe. Ask yourself, what one area of my life have I been filling with fear? Is it money? Is it health? Is it relationships? Now take that area and speak the opposite with faith. If money has been your fear, declare, "I agree with abundance now. Unexpected money flows to me." If health has been your fear, declare, "I agree with divine healing now. Every cell in my body radiates life." If love has been your fear, declare, "I agree with perfect love now. I am surrounded by loyalty, and joy." Do you feel that shift? That is the power of one declaration of faith. It lifts the spirit, it moves the unseen, it cancels years of contracts with fear. America is filled with people who spend years fighting battles they could end with a single word. They fight debt with more debt. They fight sickness with endless worry. They fight loneliness with compromise. But you were never meant to fight fear with fear. You were meant to speak faith, and let the law confirm it. Do not underestimate how quickly things can change. A woman who has struggled for years can declare, "I am free now," and within days, opportunities open. Who has carried sickness can declare, "I am whole," and within weeks, his body aligns. This is not fantasy, it is law. The law always works when you dare to use it. This key flows naturally from the truth we just uncovered. That one declaration of faith can cancel 1,000 agreements of fear. Because when you replace fear with faith, the most powerful accelerators you can add are gratitude and possibility. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you, it is a spiritual magnet. Possibility is not just daydreaming, it is a bridge into the unseen. Together they attract an instant yes from heaven. The universe bends faster when your words carry the vibration of thankfulness and expectancy. You are no longer begging for something to come. You are praising as though it is already here, imagining as though it has already arrived. That is the language heaven loves to confirm. Think about it. In America, someone applies for a job. The employer doesn't want a candidate who acts defeated or doubtful. Want someone who shows up with confidence, expectancy, and gratitude for the opportunity. Life works the same way. You show up to the unseen with words of defeat. Nothing ever works for me, probably fail again. Heaven confirms that attitude with delay and closed doors. But when you arrive in faith, saying, I am so thankful that doors are already opening, I am so thankful that success is chasing me, the law responds immediately, going back, yes, so be it. Gratitude speeds the answer, because gratitude is proof you believe it's already done. Scovel Shinn often taught that when you thank before you see, you are standing in faith. Gratitude is the evidence that you trust the law to deliver. And when you mix gratitude with possibility, your vision expands. Most people shut down their blessings because they cannot imagine something bigger. They speak small, they think small, so heaven confirms small, but possibility opens the gate. When you dare to say, what if I could double my income? If I could live debt-free? What if I could have a marriage filled with joy? That spark of possibility releases divine creativity. The unseen world hears your openness and rushes to fill it. Let me remind you with a refresher here, so your spirit stays awake for a moment and ask yourself, what are you grateful for right now? Say it aloud. I am grateful for the breath in my lungs, grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for the opportunities that are finding me. Do you feel how your energy rises? Gratitude lifts you out of fear's vibration and plants you in faith's vibration. Now add possibility, say, I am grateful for what I have, and I am open to even more. I am grateful for today's supply, I welcome greater abundance tomorrow. This is how you attract an instant. Wes. Gratitude grounds you in faith, possibility stretches you into more. In America, businesses thrive on possibility. Entrepreneurs succeed because they dare to say, what if we try this? What if we build that? And investors pour money into those who show gratitude for what is working, while daring to imagine more. The same principle is spiritual. The person who keeps thanking and keeps imagining always rises. Heaven cannot resist a grateful, open heart. The law confirms what you expect, and gratitude plus possibility makes your expectation undeniable. And understand this, gratitude cancels delay. Many people wonder why their affirmations feel slow, why their prayers feel unanswered. The missing key is often gratitude. If you are constantly saying, why hasn't it happened yet? You are sending out doubt, and heaven confirms doubt with waiting. But if you say, thank you, it's already on the way. Thank you is unfolding now. You shift timelines. Gratitude proves you believe. Possibility proves you are ready. And faith seals the contract. Together they make heavens, yes, instant. Life is not a lottery ticket where fate randomly decides who wins and who loses. Is law, and law does not gamble. What you see in your life today is not the result of chance, it is the result of choice, and the choice is not buried in some secret ritual or hidden knowledge. It is revealed every time you open your mouth. Your tongue is the place where destiny is decided. The words you speak are your daily votes for the life you will live. Is not tossing dice, heaven is listening. Every I can't is a choice, and heaven confirms it. Every I will is a choice, confirms it. Every I am blessed, I am guided, I am supplied is a choice, and heaven confirms it. Florence Scovel Shinn declared that man's word is his wand, and she was right. The wand of creation is not locked in some castle tower. It is in your mouth. So many keep waving it for their destruction, instead of their deliverance. They speak chance instead of choice. They say, if I'm lucky, I'll get that job. But heaven does not work by luck. It works by law. They say, maybe I'll never get out of debt. That's just life. But that is not life. That is an agreement they just signed. The law does not pity. It does not argue. It confirms. And because their choice was despair, despair was delivered. Do not be fooled by appearances. What looks like chance is always the result of repeated choice. If you look at someone thriving financially in America, people might call them lucky. Behind that luck are words they spoke daily, words of vision, words of gratitude, words of increase. If you look at someone healed from what seemed incurable, people might call it a miracle that just happened. But behind that happening was a choice. They kept declaring life, health, wholeness, until heaven confirmed it. Nothing just happens. Everything is choice confirmed. Let me refresh you right here, so your spirit stays alive in this truth. Think of one area of your life you've been blaming on chance. Maybe it's your career, maybe your health, maybe your relationships. Now stop and speak this aloud. This is not chance. This is my choice. Today I choose abundance. I choose health. Today I choose love. Today I choose victory. Feel that shift you just felt is the law beginning to move. Your complaint was writing chance, but your declaration is writing choice. And does not wait years to listen. It listens now, and it confirms now. Americans live by choices every day: what to eat, where to work, to vote. We know that choices shape our nation, but we forget that choices also shape our inner world. Words are the ballot you cast into the unseen. You may not see the results in the same hour, but the count is always accurate. Speak defeat long enough, and the results show up. Speak victory long enough, and the results show up. And here is the glorious thing. You can change your vote at any moment. You can decide that the ballots of fear and doubt no longer count. You can start filling heaven's box with declarations of faith, and heaven will honor every one of them. Do not call your life random. Call it fate. Call it what it is, your choice, and choose wisely. Choose words that build, not words that break. Choose words that align with heaven's abundance, not fear's shortage. Choose words that carry faith, gratitude, and vision. The law has never failed and never will. Heaven will always confirm your choice. The question is, what will you choose today? I tell you plainly, because I speak from the authority of truth, stop signing contracts with lack. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you are binding yourself to poverty with your own hand. Every time you say, there is never enough, you are putting your signature on shortage. I, Florence Scovel Shinn, say to you, is not your portion unless you agree to it. You were never meant to live under the bondage of not enough. You were meant to live in the wide, open supply of God's abundance. The law of spiritual agreement has no bias. It will honor lack if you keep signing with it. It will honor abundance if you dare to sign a new contract. Your tongue is the pen, and your world is the paper. Of how this nation, America, reveres contracts. A man will not buy a home without signing one. A woman will not start a business without signing one. A signature has power because it binds two parties together. Yet you, every day, are binding yourself either to lack or to abundance with the contracts of your words. And most do not even realize it. They say, I always struggle with money, and heaven stamps it confirmed. They sigh, it's too hard to get ahead, and the law, ever obedient, signs the seal. They wonder why they keep circling in the same desert of lack, not knowing their own tongue is the reason. But the moment you stop signing those contracts, the desert begins to bloom. Up those agreements of lack with your declarations of truth. Say, I agree with wealth now. I agree with prosperity now. Agree with divine provision now. And heaven, which has been waiting, stamps those words with an immediate yes. Understand this: abundance has always been available. It has not been withholding from you. It has been waiting for your agreement. Was never your destiny, it was only your contract. Let me give you a refresher here, so the fire of this truth burns deep. Pause now, ask yourself, how many times have I signed with lack this very week? Did I say, I don't have enough for that bill? Did I say, I'll never get ahead? Did I tell my children, money doesn't grow on trees? Every one of those words was ink on a contract. Listen, those contracts can be torn up today. Right now, speak this with me. I stop signing with lack. I sign with abundance. Stop agreeing with shortage. I agree with overflow. I stop declaring not enough. I declare more than enough. Do you feel the shift? Is the sound of the law responding to your new agreement? Abundance is not greed. It is your divine birthright. You walk in abundance. You are free to give, free to serve, free to create. Lack binds, but abundance releases. Lack shuts doors, abundance opens them. Stop telling stories of shortage as if they are your identity. Stop rehearsing fear as if it is your future. You do not owe loyalty to lack. Your loyalty belongs to abundance, because abundance belongs to God, and God belongs to you. Every word is a signature. From this day forward, choose to sign the contracts that lift you higher. The law has no power to deny you. It only has power to confirm you. Tear up the old and begin writing the new. Stop signing contracts with lack and boldly, joyfully, unashamedly, start signing contracts with abundance. For the moment you do, heaven will rise to confirm it. You speak truth with conviction. The invisible becomes visible. Words without conviction are whispers in the wind. Words spoken in faith shake the unseen and bring substance into form. Law of spiritual agreement does not respond to half-hearted speech. It responds to the word that burns with certainty. Trembling, maybe, produces nothing, but a bold, I am, produces everything. Heaven is waiting for the sound of conviction, because conviction is proof you believe. Do you not see how life mirrors this truth everywhere? In America, a leader speaks with conviction, people follow. When a lawyer stands in court and delivers their case with conviction, the jury listens. An entrepreneur presents an idea with conviction. Investors release their money. Conviction moves men. And if conviction moves men, much more does it move heaven. The invisible realm listens for the voice of faith, and the moment it hears it, form begins to take shape. A house that never existed, a business that never existed, healing that seemed impossible, all rise up and manifest when conviction speaks. This is why Jesus said, "When you pray, believe that you have received it, and it shall be yours." He was not calling you to mumble empty words. He was commanding you to speak with such certainty that the thing already exists in your spirit. The law responds to that level of faith. The law never fails. I have seen people cancel years of sickness, years of poverty, with one blazing word of conviction. Stood and declared, I am whole, I am rich, I am free. And because they spoke it as truth, not as a wish, the invisible began to clothe itself in reality. Let me refresh your soul here, so you stay alive in this power. Pause and breathe. Now, choose one truth that you want heaven to confirm. Say it aloud, not timidly, but boldly, with conviction. I am provided for, overflowing in abundance. I am guided perfectly every day. Feel the weight of those words as they leave your tongue. Do not hope they are true. Know they are true. Do not ask if they will happen. Declare that they are happening now. That is conviction, is the fire that draws the unseen into sight. Think of the farmer. He does not plant a seed and wonder if it will grow. Plants with conviction, knowing the soil and the law of nature will do their part. In the same way, plant your words with conviction. Say, my harvest is coming, and expect the ground to yield. Say, my breakthrough is here, and expect doors to open. Say, my health is restored, and expect your body to align. The soil of the unseen cannot resist a seed planted in conviction. Scattering words of doubt like seeds on rocky ground. Stop saying, I'll try, maybe it will work. Those are contracts signed with weakness. Instead, speak like one who knows the law is behind you, because it is. Speak like one who understands that God Himself breathes on every word of truth you release. You are not begging the unseen. You are commanding it. You are not wishing. You are creating. The invisible is listening, waiting, ready, and the moment you speak with conviction, it must obey. I tell you, nothing is withheld from the one who speaks with faith on their tongue and conviction in their heart. The invisible cannot remain hidden. It must put on form and walk into your life. So speak boldly. Speak firmly. Speak truth with the full authority that heaven gave you. The law is exact and unwavering when you speak truth with conviction. The invisible becomes visible. This is the final seal of the law. Florence Scovel Shinn. Speak it to you as plainly as it can be spoken. You speak it. Heaven confirms it. Always. There is no maybe in this law. There is no sometimes. There is no exception. The words you send out are never lost. They are never ignored. The moment they leave your lips, they travel into the invisible, and the great machinery of spirit moves to confirm them. If you speak fear, is confirmed. If you speak lack, lack is confirmed. If you speak doubt, doubt is confirmed. But if you speak life, life is confirmed. If you speak wealth, wealth is confirmed. If you speak peace, peace is confirmed. The law does not fail. It delivers. Understand how powerful this makes you. You are not at the mercy of the economy, not at the mercy of politics, not at the mercy of your past. You are at the mercy of your own words. And mercy it is, because you can change them at any moment. You can stop speaking curses and begin speaking blessings. You can stop declaring fear and begin declaring faith. You can stop writing contracts with defeat and begin writing contracts with victory. Heaven is not against you. Heaven is waiting for you. The moment you align your tongue with truth, the universe echoes back, yes, it is. Think of America itself, built on a declaration, not on fear, not on chance, on bold words written and spoken with conviction. We'll hold these truths to be self-evident, and heaven confirmed it. Nations are birthed by declarations. Futures are shaped by declarations. Your life, too, will be rebuilt by the declarations of your tongue. What you dare to speak, with faith and conviction, heaven dares to confirm in your world. Me refresh your heart one last time before I leave you with the charge of truth. Right now, place your hand on your chest and speak aloud. I speak life, and heaven confirms it. I speak abundance, and heaven confirms it. Speak peace, and heaven confirms it. I speak victory, and heaven confirms it. Do you feel that? Is not just sound. That is law in motion. That is creation responding to its master. So I end with this charge. Never again speak as though your words are empty. Never again toss out sentences like stones in the dark. Your words are contracts. Your words are ballots. Your words are orders to the unseen. Use them like the sacred keys they are. For the law will never fail you, the universe will never betray you. From this day forward, remember the unbreakable truth you speak it. Heaven confirms it, always. Because of that, you are never powerless, you are never without supply, you are never without hope. Speak truth, speak boldly, speak faithfully, and watch as the invisible bends, breaks open, and becomes your reality.
Your words are power. Your thoughts are law. From this very moment, the old story of lack ends, and the new story of wealth begins. You are not chasing money, money is chasing you. You are not begging for blessings, blessings are begging to find you. You are not empty, you are already full. Breathe deeply now, and feel this truth rising within you. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Say it slowly. Say it with power. Say it until you feel it moving through every cell of your body. Repeat after me. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. One more time. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Pause. Let it sink in. This is your new identity. This is who you are. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. You do not have to struggle. You do not have to chase. You do not have to fear. You only have to declare, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Every time you speak these words, you are reprogramming your mind. Every time you speak these words, you are commanding your aura. Every time you speak these words, you are sending out a signal to the universe. And the universe always responds. Say it again. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Wealth hears you. Opportunities hear you. Doors open for you. Because your words are not empty. They are divine commands. Say it slowly. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Feel how it changes your breathing. Feel how it changes your posture. Feel how it changes the way you see yourself. You are no longer waiting for abundance. You are abundance. Say it with strength. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. Say it again. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. One more time. I radiate abundance, and abundance returns to me. Now repeat this. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. Say it again. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. One more time. Wealth flows to me because it recognizes me. Wealth knows who you are. Money knows your name. Abundance knows your address. And every blessing that belongs to you is already on its way. Say it now. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. Say it again. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. One more time. I am aligned with unlimited wealth. Pause. Feel the vibration shift. You are not the same as you were before you began. Your aura is brighter. Your mind is clearer. Your spirit is stronger. Say it once more. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Beloved, repeat these affirmations until they feel natural, until they feel normal, until they feel inevitable. Because wealth is not something you are chasing. Wealth is something you are becoming. And the moment you step into this identity, everything in your outer world must rearrange to match it. You are a magnet. You are a channel. You are abundance itself. Say it one final time in this section. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. It is done. It is done. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Say it. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Again, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. These words are not imagination, they are law. When you speak them, you awaken the supply that has been waiting for you. God has already provided everything you will ever need. There is no lack in spirit. There is no shortage in the infinite. The only question is, will you open the door to receive? And the way you open the door is through your words. Say it again slowly. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Breathe it in. When you say these words, fear begins to dissolve. Worry begins to fall away. Scarcity loses its power, because lack is an illusion. Fear is a lie. The truth is that the infinite is your source, and the infinite never runs dry. Say this now. I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. Speak it again. I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. Once more, I am guided to my supply under grace, in perfect ways. These words plant the seed of faith. They tell the universe, I am ready. They tell your subconscious mind, I expect abundance. They tell your aura, shine with prosperity. Supply is like the air you breathe. It is everywhere. You do not beg for air, you inhale it freely. In the same way, you do not have to beg for money. You claim it, you breathe it in, you align with it. Say it now, God is my source, and I am richly provided for. Again, God is my source, and I am richly provided for. One more time, God is my source, and I am richly provided for. Feel how your body responds to these words. Your shoulders relax, your mind quiets, your heart expands. Because deep inside, you know it is true. You were never meant to live in fear. You were never meant to chase money like a beggar. You were created to receive, to expand, to overflow. Say this now, my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. Again, my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. One more time, my supply is endless, my blessings are countless, my abundance is limitless. You are connected to a fountain that never runs dry. Every time you speak, you open the channel wider. Every time you give thanks, you draw supply closer. Every time you act in faith, you step into the stream of abundance. Imagine standing by a great river. That river is wealth, ideas, opportunities, money. When you speak words of fear, you step away from the river. But when you say, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now, you step into the flow. And the river carries blessings straight into your life. Say it again now. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Say it once more. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Speak it until you believe it, and then speak it because you believe it. There is no struggle in divine supply. Birds do not wonder if they will find food. Flowers do not worry if they will bloom. The sun does not question whether it will rise. And neither should you doubt that your supply is certain. The same God who feeds the sparrows and clothes the lilies provides for you in greater measure. Say this now. I live in the overflow of God's abundance. Again, I live in the overflow of God's abundance. One more time. I live in the overflow of God's abundance. You are not asking for what is not yours. You are claiming what has always been yours. Before you were born, the infinite prepared your supply. Before you spoke these words, heaven already agreed with them. All that is yours by divine right cannot be taken, cannot be stolen, cannot be delayed. It comes to you easily, quickly, peacefully. Say it now. I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. Again, I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. One more time, I claim my divine inheritance of wealth. Every time you affirm, the walls of doubt fall down. Every time you affirm, the doors of supply swing open. Every time you affirm, you send out a call to the universe that cannot go unanswered. Wealth begins to shift in your direction. Opportunities begin to appear. People are moved to bless you. The right ideas come at the right time. All because you spoke. All because you believed. All because you aligned. Say this now. God is my unlimited source of riches. Again, God is my unlimited source of riches. Once more, God is my unlimited source of riches. When you say this, you cut the cord of fear. You stop believing that your job is your source, or the economy is your source, or another person is your source. You anchor yourself in truth. God is my unlimited source of riches. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders as you say it. You are not dependent on man. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not trapped by the past. Your source is divine, and divine supply never ends. Say this now. I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. Again, I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. One more time. I am guided to wealth. I am surrounded by wealth. I am supplied with wealth. Beloved, these words are your daily bread. Speak them morning, noon, and night. Speak them when fear whispers lies. Speak them when bills come due. Speak them when doubt creeps in, because your words are weapons. Your words are seeds. Your words are the bridge from lack to plenty. And as you declare, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now, you will watch doors open, paths clear, and blessings pour out in ways you never imagined. Say it again with boldness. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Again, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. One final time, all that is mine by divine right comes to me now. And so it is. I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. Say it. I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. Again, I do not chase wealth, wealth is drawn to me. These words shift the entire way you live. Most of the world is chasing, running, striving, and pushing. But you are no longer among them. You have stepped into divine alignment. You have stepped into flow. Say it slowly, I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. Say it again, I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. One more time, I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. Feel the peace in these words. Feel how the struggle falls away. Feel how anxiety dissolves. When you chase money, it runs. When you fear money, it hides. But when you stand in your truth and declare that money flows to you, it obeys. It listens. It comes. Because money is not your master, it is your servant. Say this now, money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. Again, money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. One more time, money serves me, money blesses me, money multiplies for me. You are not the beggar of wealth. You are the magnet of wealth. You are not knocking at the door. You are opening the door. You are not striving. You are allowing. Say it now, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Again, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Once more, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Everywhere you go, abundance is drawn to you. Every room you enter, every step you take, your aura radiates wealth. Opportunities recognize you. Favor recognizes you. Money recognizes you. Say this now, wealth finds me wherever I go. Again, wealth finds me wherever I go. One more time, wealth finds me wherever I go. There is no force of struggle here. There is no pushing, no forcing, no desperation. There is only flow. Imagine the sun shining in the sky. It does not chase the earth. It simply shines and the earth turns to receive its light. So it is with you. You do not chase, you shine. You radiate abundance, and the world responds. Say it now, I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. Again, I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. One more time, I shine with abundance, and abundance comes to me. Opportunities are seeking you even now. Clients are seeking you. Ideas are seeking you. Promotions are seeking you. Investors are seeking you. Say it with me, what I seek is seeking me. Again, what I seek is seeking me. One more time, what I seek is seeking me. The magnet never struggles to pull iron. It simply attracts by its nature. And you, beloved, are the magnet. Your nature is prosperity. Your aura is light. Your words are power. And all that belongs to you is pulled toward you without effort, without strain, without fear. Say this now, I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. Again, I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. One more time, I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance. You no longer believe that money is hard. You no longer believe that wealth is distant. You no longer believe that prosperity is for others. You have replaced those lies with truth. Say it now, wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Again, wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Once more, wealth is easy. Abundance is near. Prosperity is mine. Every time you breathe, you are drawing in divine supply. Every time you speak, you are releasing the signal of abundance. Every time you give thanks, you are magnetizing more blessings. This is effortless attraction. It is not forced, it is natural. Just as the tide rises without effort, just as the stars shine without struggle, so wealth flows to you in peace. Say this now, wealth flows to me in peace. Wealth flows to me with ease. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways. Again, wealth flows to me in peace. Wealth flows to me with ease. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways. You are walking into a new life where doors open as you arrive. You are walking into a new season where money comes before the need. You are walking into a new reality where abundance is as natural as breath. Say it now, doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. Again, doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. One more time, doors open for me. Supply comes before I need it. Abundance is natural to me. Beloved, when you stop chasing, you stop resisting. When you stop resisting, you start receiving. The law of attraction is not about striving, it is about aligning. And alignment is effortless when you speak truth, when you bless what you have, and when you expect what is yours. Say this now: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Again, I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. One more time: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Feel the shift inside you. The chase is over. The begging is over. The waiting is over. You are magnetic now. You are radiant now. You are abundant now. Say it with power: I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. Again, I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. One more time: I do not chase wealth. Wealth is drawn to me. Let these words echo in your spirit. Let them anchor in your subconscious. Let them rewrite the story of your life. Because from this day forward, money does not run from you, it runs to you. Opportunities do not pass you by, they stop at your door. Abundance does not hide, it appears in your hands. All because you have spoken, all because you have aligned, all because you have chosen effortless attraction. Say it one final time: I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. I attract abundance effortlessly, joyfully, and peacefully. And so it is. I always have more than enough. Say it now: I always have more than enough. Again, I always have more than enough. These words unlock the vibration of overflow. Not just enough to survive, not just enough to get by, but more than enough. Abundance that spills over. Wealth that multiplies. Supply that grows as you use it. Say it slowly: wealth multiplies in my hands. Say it again: wealth multiplies in my hands. One more time: wealth multiplies in my hands. You are not losing, you are multiplying. You are not shrinking, you are expanding. Every seed you plant grows. Every dollar you bless increases. Every action you take in faith creates ripple after ripple of prosperity. Say this now: every dollar I spend returns multiplied. Again, every dollar I spend returns multiplied. One more time: every dollar I spend returns multiplied. This is the law of circulation. When you release money in faith, it circles back to you greater than it left. Like a river flowing and returning, it never leaves you empty. The more you bless it, the more it blesses you. Imagine your life overflowing. Bills are not a burden, they are an opportunity to bless. Giving is not loss, it is expansion. Spending is not lack, it is circulation. Say it now: money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. Again, money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. Once more: money flows to me, money grows for me, money circulates back to me. You were not created for just enough. You were created for overflow. The cup of your life is not meant to be half full. It is meant to run over. Say it now: my cup runs over with abundance. Again, my cup runs over with abundance. One more time: my cup runs over with abundance. Overflow means you can give freely, live freely, and dream freely. It means you are not calculating pennies, but distributing blessings. It means you are not fearful of tomorrow, but expectant of miracles. Say this now: I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Again, I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Once more: I live in the overflow of divine abundance. Multiplication is natural to the divine. A seed planted multiplies into a harvest. A drop of water multiplies into an ocean. A single idea multiplies into a fortune. And so it is with you. What you release returns multiplied. What you sow, you reap in greater measure. Say it now: everything I touch prospers and multiplies. Again, everything I touch prospers and multiplies. One more time: everything I touch prospers and multiplies. There is no fear in overflow. There is no worry in multiplication. When you know that everything returns multiplied, you stop clinging, you stop hoarding, you stop doubting. You release in faith, and faith multiplies. Say this now: I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Again, I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Once more: I give freely, I receive freely, and both increase my wealth. Picture yourself now surrounded by overflowing blessings. Imagine your accounts full and multiplying. Imagine every need met before it even arises. Imagine wealth so abundant that it spills over into the lives of those around you. That is overflow. That is multiplication. And that is your reality. Say it now: I am blessed to be a blessing. Again, I am blessed to be a blessing. One more time, I am blessed to be a blessing. The universe is abundant. The supply is endless. The law is exact, and you are aligned with it. Overflow is not rare. It is the natural result of divine order. Multiplication is not hard. It is the promise of spiritual law. Say this now: I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. Again, I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. One more time, I receive wealth in overflowing measure. I receive wealth in multiplying streams. I receive wealth in perfect ways. Beloved, you are no longer living in just enough. You are stepping into more than enough. You are no longer measuring your life by scarcity. You are measuring it by overflow, and overflow has no limits. Say this now: I live in unlimited increase. Again, I live in unlimited increase. Once more, I live in unlimited increase. Every act of faith multiplies. Every affirmation multiplies. Every thought of abundance multiplies. You are surrounded by increase. You are filled with increase. You are guided to increase. Say this now: increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. Again, increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. One more time: increase is my natural state. Abundance is my natural flow. Multiplication is my natural law. Feel the power of these words. Your aura is glowing brighter. Your spirit is rising higher. Your wealth is multiplying even now. This is not fantasy, it is divine truth. The law of multiplication is already working in your favor. Say it again: wealth multiplies in my hands. Once more: wealth multiplies in my hands. One final time: wealth multiplies in my hands. And so it is. I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Say it now: I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Again. I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. Gratitude is the language of faith. Gratitude is the sound of answered prayer. Gratitude is the magnet that draws blessings near. Every time you say thank you, you open the gates of supply wider and wider. Say it slowly: I bless my money, and it blesses me. Again: I bless my money, and it blesses me. Once more: I bless my money, and it blesses me. The more you bless it, the more it multiplies. The more you appreciate it, the more it circulates back into your life. Money is energy, and gratitude is the current that keeps it flowing strong. Say this now: I am grateful for every dollar I have. Again: I am grateful for every dollar I have. One more time: I am grateful for every dollar I have. Gratitude is not waiting for more before you feel rich. Gratitude is knowing you are already rich, and more must come to match that feeling. The universe responds to thanksgiving as surely as the ground responds to rain. Say this now: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Again: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Once more: I give thanks in advance for the blessings that are already on their way. Gratitude in advance is a declaration of certainty. It is saying, I do not need to see it to believe it. I believe it, and therefore I will see it. Every time you speak gratitude before the blessing arrives, you create a magnetic pole. You are telling the universe, I trust the law. I trust the process. I trust God as my supply. And that trust opens the floodgates of miracles. Say it now: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. Again: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. One more time: miracles flow to me because I give thanks before they arrive. Think now of every small blessing in your life: the air you breathe, the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people you love, the opportunities you've been given. Say this now: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. Again: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. One more time: I bless the small, and the small becomes great. Gratitude transforms the little into the overflow. Gratitude multiplies the seed into the harvest. Say this with me: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Again: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Once more: thank you, God, for money in my hands now. Gratitude brings what you desire closer. Gratitude pulls wealth from the unseen into the seen. Gratitude is proof that you are already in possession of what you ask for. Say this now: I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. Again, I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now under grace in perfect ways. One more time, I thank God for $100,000 that flows to me now under grace in perfect ways. Feel the shift as you speak. Gratitude lifts the spirit. Gratitude dissolves fear. Gratitude aligns you with divine timing. It is impossible to be in lack when you are full of thanks. Say this now: I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Again, I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Once more, I am full of gratitude, and gratitude fills my life with wealth. Bless every bill you pay. Say, I bless this bill and thank God for more than enough to cover it easily. Bless every coin you find. Say, I bless this coin and thank God that it multiplies into riches. Bless every opportunity, every door, every moment. Say, I bless this moment, and it brings me closer to my abundance. Gratitude in advance is faith in action. When you thank God before the money arrives, you declare that it already exists in the unseen, and soon it must appear in the seen. Say it now: what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Again, what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Once more, what I thank God for in advance must appear in my life. Beloved, gratitude is never wasted. Every thank you is a seed. Every thank you is a key. Every thank you is a light that shines into your future and brings back blessings. Say this now: I thank my way into wealth. Again, I thank my way into wealth. One more time, I thank my way into wealth. You are no longer focused on what is missing. You are focused on what is multiplying. You are no longer waiting to feel blessed. You are blessing now, and blessing attracts blessing. Gratitude shifts your aura into magnetic power. Gratitude tunes your mind into abundance. Gratitude calls down miracles. Say it again now: I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. Again, I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. One more time: I am grateful, I am blessed, I am overflowing. Feel the truth in these words. Wealth is already here. Supply is already flowing. Blessings are already prepared. You are not waiting for your miracle. It is waiting for your gratitude. Say this once more: thank you, God, for wealth without limits. Thank you, God, for abundance without measure. Thank you, God, for supply without end. And so it is. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. Say it now: my aura is magnetic to prosperity. Again, my aura is magnetic to prosperity. Your aura is the energy that surrounds you. It is the invisible field that speaks before your words, that enters a room before you step in, that calls to you every blessing or every burden you believe in. When your aura is filled with fear, lack responds. When your aura is filled with faith, wealth responds. And today, your aura is being trained to shine with abundance. Say this now: I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. Again, I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. One more time: I radiate confidence, joy, and abundance. Feel how these words change your body. Your shoulders lift, your heart opens, your breath deepens. You are not small, you are not weak, you are radiant, powerful, magnetic. Say it slowly: wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Again, wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Once more: wealth surrounds me, wealth fills me, wealth flows through me. Your aura is not static, it is alive. It reflects what you believe. It reflects what you speak. It reflects what you expect. And right now, you are programming your aura to call in wealth. Say this now: my aura glows with golden light. Again, my aura glows with golden light. One more time: my aura glows with golden light. Picture a golden radiance expanding around you. With every breath, it grows brighter. With every affirmation, it grows stronger. With every thank you, it grows wider. This light touches every place you go, every person you meet, every opportunity that is meant for you. Say this now: I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. Again, I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. One more time: I radiate abundance, and abundance responds to me. Your aura is your silent decree. It tells the universe what to deliver. It tells money whether to stay or to flow. And when you fill it with gratitude, peace, and faith, it cannot help but attract miracles. Say this now: I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. Again, I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. One more time: I am magnetic to money. I am magnetic to opportunities. I am magnetic to miracles. Even now, your aura is shifting. It is clearing away fear. It is dissolving doubt. It is repelling negativity. And in its place, it is glowing with divine abundance. You are glowing with confidence. You are glowing with peace. You are glowing with expectancy. Say this now: I walk in light. I walk in favor. I walk in wealth. Again, I walk in light. I walk in favor. I walk in wealth. Once more, I walk in light. I walk in favor. I walk in wealth. Everywhere you go, this energy precedes you. Doors open before you arrive. People are drawn to bless you. Opportunities are drawn to serve you. Wealth is drawn to surround you. Say it slowly: I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. Again, I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. One more time: I carry a magnetic field of prosperity. Your aura is the atmosphere of your soul. When you fill it with love, it attracts love. When you fill it with peace, it attracts peace. When you fill it with wealth, it attracts wealth. Say this now: my aura attracts only good. Again, my aura attracts only good. One more time: my aura attracts only good. You do not have to force what belongs to you. You only have to radiate what you desire. Wealth is not chased, it is magnetized. Opportunities are not forced, they are drawn. Success is not begged for, it is received. Say this now: I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. Again, I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. One more time: I radiate wealth. I radiate peace. I radiate blessings. Picture yourself now walking with this golden aura. Every step leaves a trail of light. Every word releases waves of abundance. Every action multiplies prosperity. You are surrounded by light, covered by light, filled with light. Say this now: I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. Again, I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. One more time: I am covered in light, and this light attracts my wealth. Beloved, this light cannot be dimmed. Fear cannot dim it. Doubt cannot dim it. Circumstances cannot dim it. The moment you choose to radiate faith, your aura becomes unstoppable. The moment you choose gratitude, your aura becomes irresistible. The moment you choose peace, your aura becomes magnetic. Say this now: my aura is irresistible to abundance. Again, my aura is irresistible to abundance. One more time: my aura is irresistible to abundance. This is your new reality. Wherever you go, you are a walking magnet for blessings. Whatever you do, you carry the energy of prosperity. Whoever you meet, they feel the confidence of divine supply in you. Say this now: I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. Again, I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. One more time: I glow with prosperity, and prosperity knows me. Your aura is not small. It stretches far beyond your body. It reaches into the unseen and calls forth the seen. It whispers to money: come here. It whispers to opportunities: find me. It whispers to miracles: appear now. Say this now: my aura calls forth wealth now. Again, my aura calls forth wealth now. One more time: my aura calls forth wealth now. You are magnetic, you are radiant. You are unstoppable. This is not your imagination. It is your truth. The more you affirm it, the stronger it becomes. The more you bless it, the wider it expands. The more you live it, the faster it manifests. Say this one final time: my aura is magnetic to prosperity. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. My aura is magnetic to prosperity. And so it is done. Say it now: it is done. Again, it is done. The words you have spoken are not empty, they are law. They are seeds planted in the garden of spirit, and they will bear fruit in your life. From this moment forward, you no longer ask whether abundance will come. You know it is already here. Say this slowly: I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Again, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. Once more, I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. These words are no longer affirmations you practice. They are your identity. This is who you are. This is your truth. This is your decree. Say this now: 100,000 blessings surround me. Again, 100,000 blessings surround me. Once more, 100,000 blessings surround me. Every word of gratitude you have spoken has multiplied. Every affirmation has released light. Every declaration has commanded wealth to move in your direction. Say it with strength: I call abundance now. I call abundance now. I call abundance now. Feel the power in your chest as you speak. Feel the energy in your aura as you decree. Feel the certainty in your soul as you know. Say this: I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. Again, I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. One more time: I am richly supplied, divinely guided, and forever blessed. These words draw a line between your past and your future. The old story of lack is gone. The new story of wealth begins. You are not the same as when you began this hour. Your aura is brighter. Your words are stronger. Your faith is deeper. And your supply is nearer. Say it now: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Again, I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Once more: I expect wealth. I accept wealth. I enjoy wealth. Imagine now doors opening before you. Imagine unexpected checks arriving. Imagine debts dissolving, bills paid with ease, and money flowing in streams. Picture yourself smiling as wealth surrounds you. That picture is not fantasy, it is divine truth. Say it now: wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Again, wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Once more: wealth flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. You are no longer waiting for blessings, they are waiting for you. You are no longer chasing opportunities, they are chasing you. You are no longer struggling for wealth, it is flowing to you. Say it with boldness: I am aligned with divine abundance now. Again, I am aligned with divine abundance now. One more time: I am aligned with divine abundance now. Gratitude seals it. Gratitude accelerates it. Gratitude multiplies it. Say this now: thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Again, thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Once more: thank you, God, for unlimited wealth that flows to me now. Your words are containers of power. Your affirmations are commands. Your aura is magnetic, and your future is abundant. This is not the end, this is the beginning of your new life. A life where money serves you. A life where wealth surrounds you. A life where abundance is natural, effortless, inevitable. Say it slowly with finality: I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Again, I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Once more: I bless this day. I bless my wealth. I bless my future. Now declare it 3 times with all your heart: it is done. It is done. It is done. Pause. Breathe deeply. Let the words settle into your spirit. You are now vibrating at the frequency of abundance. You are now radiating wealth into your world. You are now magnetizing prosperity in ways you cannot yet see, but will soon experience. Beloved, do not stop here. Speak these decrees daily. Carry them in your heart. Let them shape your thoughts, guide your feelings, and shine through your aura. You are a magnet of unlimited wealth. You are supplied. You are blessed. You are abundant. Say it one last time: I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth. I am a magnet of unlimited wealth, and so it is.
Understand this: the universe is abundant, and its supply is limitless. Every day, the invisible forces are at work, waiting for your word. Your intention, your command. You have the power to speak, to think, and to act in alignment with the law of prosperity. Money is not a distant dream. It is a tangible vibration that responds instantly to your belief, your faith, and your spoken word. Do not wait for opportunity to knock timidly at your door. Command the universe now with confidence, clarity, and certainty that money flows into your life before Sunday. Begin by realizing that your mind is a magnetic field, attracting exactly what you focus upon. Thoughts of lack will repel abundance, thoughts of wealth will draw it. There is no middle ground. The universe does not argue, it simply answers. If you fill your consciousness with expectation, joy, and faith, it responds immediately. Speak only of the good, the prosperous, the money that is already on its way to you. When you command the universe, do not doubt. Doubt is the fog that obscures the channels of manifestation. Replace hesitation with the firm belief that what you seek is already yours, moving toward you with perfect timing and ease. Visualize the money flowing into your life. Feel it, see it, and rejoice as though it has already arrived. Use your words like a wand, for your word is your power. Speak boldly: the universe is mine to command. Abundance is my portion. Money flows to me before Sunday in perfect ways. Say it with faith, with expectancy, with joy. Let every cell of your body vibrate in harmony with this truth. The universe hears not your complaints, your fears, or your whining. It hears the confident declaration of your command. Your spoken word is the key that unlocks the doors to limitless prosperity. Remember, there is a perfect law at work, the law of supply and demand, the law of circulation. Money moves, and it moves to the voice that calls it, the mind that imagines it, the heart that expects it. Do not imagine obstacles, scarcity, or delay. Command with authority. Your command is not a plea. It is a declaration. The flow begins the moment your faith is unwavering, the moment your inner word aligns with the abundance you desire. Your task is simple, yet profound. Believe it, speak it, act as though it is already yours. Take no thought of how it will arrive, for the universe knows the perfect channels and the perfect timing. You are the conscious co-creator of your reality. Command with clarity, command with faith, command with joy. The money you desire is already on its way, responding to your word, obeying your command, and moving toward you with irresistible momentum. The universe is abundant, infinitely rich, and tirelessly ready to respond to your command. It is not a distant, passive force waiting for you to stumble upon luck or fortune. It is a living, intelligent principle that operates according to precise laws, and one of its most magnificent laws is the law of abundance. Everything in existence is a manifestation of this abundance, from the stars above to the smallest grain of sand beneath your feet. Every resource, every opportunity, every blessing flows from this limitless supply, and it is ready to answer the call of your intention. When you realize that abundance is not something to be sought or begged for, but something to be recognized and commanded, a tremendous power awakens within you. The universe is not stingy, it does not ration wealth. It is as generous as the sun, shining equally on all, providing warmth, light, and nourishment without hesitation. So, why should money, resources, or prosperity be withheld from you? The universe waits only for your recognition of this abundance and your willingness to align with it. Your command of the universe is not a fanciful wish. It is a natural extension of the creative principle within you. You are designed to speak, to intend, and to act in harmony with this law. To command the universe is to understand that it listens not to timid requests or half-hearted desires, but to confident, unwavering declarations. Speak clearly, visualize vividly, and believe firmly. Every atom in the universe responds to thought, feeling, and spoken word. When you command that money flows to you, the invisible currents of abundance immediately begin to shift in your favor. It is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of law. Just as the magnet draws iron, your mind draws into your experience exactly what you declare with authority. This power is not limited to a few. It belongs to all who recognize it and exercise it without fear. Consider the oceans, vast and unending, teeming with life and energy. Their waves move freely, without obstruction, touching every shore, flowing into every inlet. Abundance is like this ocean. It is ceaseless, unbound, and infinite. No one can drain it, and it never diminishes. When you command the universe, you are directing a portion of this eternal current toward your life. It obeys because it is designed to obey. The universe does not ask for your qualifications, nor does it question your worthiness. It only responds to the clarity of your command. Your belief, your intention, and your spoken word are the instruments by which you engage with this omnipresent force. There is no delay except that which is created by your own hesitation, doubt, or uncertainty. Faith is the key that unlocks this principle. Faith is not a passive state of hoping. It is an active recognition that abundance is already present and already on its way. When you command the universe with faith, you are setting in motion forces that cannot be resisted. It is like planting a seed in fertile soil. The seed already contains the blueprint of the tree it will become. Your word, spoken with confidence and expectation, is the seed, and the universe, fertile and ready, nourishes it into manifestation. You do not need to know the exact how or when, for the universal law is intelligent and precise. It understands the best channels, the right timing, and the perfect way to deliver the abundance you have called forth. Your role is to command, to believe, and to keep your consciousness aligned with the abundance you desire. It is vital to understand that the universe does not respond to fear, lack, or complaint. These are vibrations that repel the flow of prosperity. When you dwell on what is missing, when you focus on scarcity, when you speak of limitations, you are effectively closing the door to abundance. The universe hears only the tone of certainty, the vibration of expectation, and the resonance of joy. Commanding abundance requires a mindset free from anxiety and filled with unwavering trust. Speak as if it is already done. Imagine, feel, and rejoice as if the abundance has already arrived. This alignment between thought, feeling, and word is what brings the invisible into visible manifestation. Every element of your life can serve as a channel for abundance when you command it. Your talents, your ideas, your actions, and even your relationships can become vehicles for prosperity when you recognize the infinite supply and assert your right to it. Commanding the universe is not an act of arrogance, it is an acknowledgement of a natural law. Just as you breathe without effort, abundance flows naturally when you align yourself with it. You do not have to struggle against lack or scarcity. You only have to affirm your position within the limitless field of supply. Observe how effortlessly nature works. Rivers find their way to the ocean. Seeds sprout into towering trees, and the sun rises and sets with perfect rhythm. Everything has its place, its purpose, and its provision. Abundance functions in exactly the same way. When you command the universe, you are participating in this perfect order. You are declaring your intention to receive your portion of the supply, and the law of abundance responds automatically. It does not argue. It does not negotiate. It does not delay unnecessarily. It moves with precision, bringing to you that which corresponds to the clarity and intensity of your command. Many fail to realize that abundance is not measured solely in money or material possessions. It is a universal flow that can manifest in health, happiness, opportunity, creativity, and relationships. Money is a visible, tangible representation of this flow, but the principle behind it is universal. When you command the universe, you open the door not just to wealth, but to a total enrichment of life. Everything that you need to fulfill your purpose, express your talents, and experience joy is already in motion toward you. The universe is ready to respond. It waits only for your conscious recognition and your confident command. Your thoughts and words are magnetic, drawing into your life exactly what you focus upon. Everything you think, speak, or feel sends out a vibration into the invisible realm, and the universe, in its infinite intelligence, responds immediately. This is a law that operates without bias, without judgment, without hesitation. It does not concern itself with your past, your mistakes, or your limitations. It only registers the current signal you are sending. If your thoughts are filled with lack, fear, or worry, you attract circumstances that reflect scarcity and limitation. If your words are cautious, doubtful, or negative, the invisible forces cannot act in your favor. On the other hand, when your mind is clear, your thoughts are constructive, and your words are affirmative, you become a magnet for the very prosperity, opportunities, and blessings that your heart desires. It is important to understand that thought is not merely a mental exercise, it is a creative force. Every word you speak carries the power to build or to destroy, to attract or to repel. When you speak words of expectation, faith, and confidence, you are literally instructing the invisible currents to flow in your favor. The universe responds to your declarations as faithfully as a river follows its course. Your mind sets the direction, your words set the momentum, and the invisible realm organizes circumstances, events, and people to fulfill your command. This is why it is said that the spoken word is a wand of power. Words are not idle, they are seeds sown in the fertile field of the universe, and they bring forth fruit in accordance with the quality and consistency of the thought behind them. Consider how your mind operates as a magnet. Thoughts of fear, limitation, or uncertainty are like sending out a signal that repels prosperity. Every time you dwell on what you do not have, or repeat in your mind the stories of lack and struggle, you are unwittingly creating barriers that block the flow of abundance. Conversely, Thoughts of gratitude, expectation, and confident belief draw exactly the resources, ideas, and opportunities you need. This is not coincidence. It is natural law. When you fully realize that your thoughts are magnetic, you begin to speak and think with a new level of care and intention. You recognize that every declaration matters, that every thought is a command being issued into the universal realm, and that the response is inevitable. The power of words is amplified when they are spoken aloud. Silence may hold a thought, but the spoken word carries it into the atmosphere where it can be organized and manifested. When you say, "I am abundant, I am prosperous, money flows easily to me," you are broadcasting a signal that the invisible forces immediately act upon. Your words are not a plea, they are a decree. They are the conscious use of your creative power, and they compel the universe to align circumstances to fulfill them. This is why affirmations, declarations, and spoken intentions are so potent. They do not merely reflect your inner beliefs. They help shape them and reinforce the magnetic pull of your desires. Thoughts that are repeated with emotion and conviction become dominant. They embed themselves in your subconscious, which is the fertile soil of manifestation. The subconscious does not analyze or judge. It accepts as truth whatever impression is placed upon it. If you consistently think and speak in terms of abundance, your subconscious mind organizes the invisible currents of supply to bring this reality into your life. If, however, you allow doubt, fear, or complaint to dominate your inner dialogue, the subconscious obeys those vibrations and reinforces lack, limitation, and delay. Therefore, the conscious selection of thoughts and words is critical. You are the gardener of your own life, and your mind is the field where seeds are sown. Choose carefully what you plant, for these seeds determine the harvest. It is also important to recognize the emotional tone that accompanies your thoughts and words. Emotion is like the wind that carries the seeds of your intention. Thoughts without feeling are weak, they may drift, but they lack the force to root and grow. When you combine belief, expectation, and joy with your mental focus, you create a powerful magnetic energy that the universe cannot resist. Every word spoken with faith becomes a beacon, drawing to you the opportunities, the wealth, and the circumstances you require. This is why it is so essential to cultivate a mindset of positivity, confidence, and certainty. The universe responds not to what you hope might happen, but to what you confidently declare will happen. It is also crucial to guard your mind against negative influences. Surround yourself with words, thoughts, and people that reinforce faith, abundance, and positive expectation. Avoid dwelling on stories of scarcity, misfortune, or limitation, for these thoughts are highly magnetic in the wrong direction. Your mind, your words, and your environment must all align with the vibration of abundance, if you are to attract the flow of prosperity you desire. Every conversation, every statement, every inner thought contributes to the invisible currents shaping your reality. Discipline your mind. Speak consciously, and maintain unwavering focus on the good, the prosperous, and the abundant. The law of magnetism does not concern itself with how, when, or where your desires will manifest. It concerns itself only with the purity, clarity, and intensity of the signal you are sending. If your thoughts are clear and your words are strong, the universe moves to fulfill them. It is intelligent, precise, and infinitely capable. It organizes circumstances, ideas, and even people to deliver the outcome that corresponds to the vibration you emit. Your job is not to struggle, manipulate, or coerce, it is to command, affirm, and expect. The magnetic power of thought, backed by the spoken word and emotional conviction, is unstoppable when aligned with the law of abundance. Doubt blocks manifestation, while faith opens the channels of the universe and allows abundance to flow freely. This is a fundamental law that governs all creation. What you believe with absolute certainty shapes your reality. Doubt is like a shadow that obscures the path of manifestation. It confuses the currents of supply and weakens the magnetic pull of your desires. Every time you hesitate, question, or waver in belief, you are creating resistance where there should be freedom, and delay where there should be flow. The universe responds not to hesitation but to confident, unwavering expectation. Faith, on the other hand, acts as a clear signal, a bright light that guides the invisible forces directly toward your intended goal. When your belief is steadfast, it creates an unbroken channel for the abundance you seek, allowing it to move without obstruction. Faith is not passive, it is an active, conscious recognition of the truth that abundance is already present and available to you. It does not mean you will ignore reality or pretend that challenges do not exist. Rather, faith is the deep understanding that these outer circumstances cannot override the law of supply. The invisible world operates independently of appearances, and it responds only to the vibration of certainty that you emit. When you believe without doubt, you are aligning with this law, and the universe moves to fulfill your command with perfect precision. Every act of faith is a declaration that you are worthy, that you are ready, and that you accept the provision of the universe as your natural inheritance. Doubt often arises from fear, worry, or the habit of focusing on lack. When you allow these thoughts to dominate, you are effectively signaling to the universe that you do not trust in its abundance. You are instructing the invisible realm to withhold, delay, or divert resources. This is why it is imperative to cultivate a mindset of trust and expectation. Every time a thought of scarcity enters your mind, immediately replace it with a thought of confidence, gratitude, or certainty. Affirm that the supply is infinite, that you are deserving, and that the perfect manifestation of your desire is already on its way. This simple but consistent practice strengthens faith and dismantles doubt, allowing the magnetic currents of prosperity to flow unimpeded. Faith also requires patience, but it is an active patience, not a passive waiting. Patience is the ability to hold your vision steady, to maintain belief and expectation regardless of outward appearances or temporary delays. The universe does not measure time as humans do, it works according to perfect timing and alignment. When you keep your faith strong, the channels of manifestation remain open, and the desired outcome is drawn to you naturally, effortlessly, and precisely when it is most advantageous. Impatience, worry, or fretfulness, on the other hand, interrupts the flow. Doubt and anxiety are like obstacles in a river, creating turbulence and slowing the movement of abundance. Faith smooths the waters, allowing the current to move swiftly and efficiently toward your life. Another aspect of faith is the ability to act as if the manifestation is already present. When you act in alignment with your belief, you are reinforcing the signal you send to the universe. Actions, thoughts, and words must all harmonize to project a unified vibration of certainty. This is why visualization and spoken affirmations are so effective. They train your mind and your emotions to dwell in the reality you wish to experience, as though it is already true. The universe responds not to fear, hesitation, or uncertainty. It responds to the vibration of reality that you maintain in thought, word, and feeling. Faith is the bridge between desire and fulfillment, and every act that strengthens it brings you closer to your goal. It is also essential to recognize that faith is contagious to your own subconscious mind. The subconscious does not differentiate between imagination and reality, it accepts as truth whatever you impress upon it. Doubt creates conflict within the subconscious, and this conflict is reflected in your experiences as delay or resistance. Faith, however, provides a clear and unwavering instruction, allowing the subconscious to work in harmony with your conscious desires. Every confident thought, every positive word, and every act of trust strengthens this alignment, multiplying your ability to attract abundance. This is why maintaining mental clarity and emotional consistency is so vital. The universe mirrors the internal state you cultivate. Faith eliminates the sense of struggle and effort in manifestation. When you doubt, you try to force results, manipulate circumstances, or control outcomes. This struggle indicates a lack of trust and creates friction. Faith, by contrast, allows the natural intelligence of the universe to operate unhindered. It is the realization that you do not need to push, strain, or worry, because the supply is infinite and the forces of creation are at your command. Every confident thought, every clear declaration, and every expectation of good is a lever that moves the invisible world to align with your needs. The more unwavering your faith, the more effortless and natural the flow of abundance becomes. Faith also transforms challenges into opportunities. When doubt arises, it is often because outer appearances seem to contradict the desired outcome. Faith teaches you to see beyond appearances, to recognize that circumstances are temporary and that the invisible currents of abundance are unchanging. What may appear as delay or obstacle is merely a signal for adjustment, a moment for you to strengthen your belief and affirm your command. Every test of faith is an opportunity to solidify your certainty and deepen your alignment with the law of supply. Those who persist in faith, regardless of external conditions, experience rapid and often miraculous manifestation. As the universe responds to unwavering belief with precision and speed, faith is strengthened by consistent affirmation. Repetition of positive, affirmative statements about your prosperity and abundance embeds these truths in your consciousness and trains the subconscious to obey them without question. Every declaration of certainty, every expression of confidence, and every thought held with conviction reinforces the magnetic pull of manifestation. Doubt is gradually replaced by trust, hesitation is replaced by decisive action, and worry is replaced by joyful expectation. The more faith you cultivate, the more automatic your alignment becomes, until abundance flows naturally, effortlessly, and abundantly into your life. Visualization and feeling your desired abundance accelerate its arrival in ways that the mind alone cannot fully comprehend. The invisible world operates through images, impressions, and feelings, responding to the energy you project from your inner consciousness. When you vividly imagine the money, opportunities, or prosperity you desire, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of the universe. This seed carries with it not only the concept of what you want, but the emotional essence of already having it. The universe does not differentiate between what is imagined and what is experienced. It responds to the vibration you create. When your visualization is clear, detailed, and accompanied by a sense of joy and certainty, it becomes a powerful magnet drawing circumstances, people, and resources into alignment with your intention. Visualization is not mere daydreaming or idle wishing. It is a focused, purposeful exercise in which you immerse yourself fully in the experience of already possessing what you desire. See the money in your hands, the bills being paid, the opportunities flowing effortlessly to you. Feel the relief, the excitement, and the joy of having your needs met and your desires fulfilled. Let your senses participate fully in this creative act. Hear the sound of abundance arriving, see it with clarity, feel it as though it is tangible. This multidimensional engagement communicates a precise signal to the universe, one that cannot be misinterpreted or delayed. The more real and emotionally charged your visualization, the stronger the magnetic pull that draws your desired outcome toward you. Feeling is the secret that transforms visualization into manifestation. The invisible world responds not merely to mental concepts, but to the vibration of emotion that accompanies them. Joy, gratitude, confidence, and expectation act as accelerants, intensifying the energy of your mental images and broadcasting them with irresistible power. When you feel as if your desire is already accomplished, you are creating a reality that the universe cannot resist. Fear, doubt, or impatience, on the other hand, weakens the signal and slows the flow. To visualize effectively, you must immerse yourself in the emotion of fulfillment, letting it saturate every thought and fiber of your being. This emotional resonance is the bridge between imagination and physical reality, converting abstract ideas into concrete manifestation. Every detail matters in visualization. The more specific and vivid the picture you create, the more precise the response from the universe. When you see yourself walking in financial freedom, handling money with ease, and experiencing abundance in every area of your life, you are giving the invisible world a clear blueprint to follow. Ambiguity or half-hearted images create confusion, weakening the signal. Therefore, clarity, consistency, and emotional engagement are essential. Repeat these visualizations daily, allowing them to become so familiar and real that your subconscious mind accepts them as already true. The subconscious, being the fertile ground of manifestation, then works tirelessly to organize circumstances that reflect your inner vision. Visualization should be accompanied by affirmations, spoken or silent, that reinforce the reality of your desire. Words are the instruments that translate thought and feeling into vibration. By declaring, "I am prosperous. Money flows to me easily and abundantly," you are giving voice to the images in your mind, solidifying their power, and strengthening their magnetic force. The combination of clear mental imagery, strong emotion, and affirmative speech creates an unstoppable momentum. The invisible forces, obedient to the law of mind, organize opportunities, people, and resources to bring your vision into tangible form. This process is precise, intelligent, and responsive, and it functions without concern for obstacles, distance, or apparent limitations. The practice of visualization also trains your consciousness to remain focused on abundance rather than scarcity. When you immerse yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire, you are aligning your mind with the current of supply, rather than the current of lack. This alignment is crucial because the universe responds to the dominant vibration you maintain. If your inner world is filled with worry, doubt, or fear, your outer world will reflect those vibrations. If your inner world is filled with clear images of prosperity and the joy of fulfillment, your outer world will begin to mirror those conditions. Consistent visualization, combined with emotional engagement, transforms your consciousness into a magnetic field of attraction, irresistible to the flow of abundance. Another essential aspect of effective visualization is the practice of gratitude. Feeling grateful as if your desire is already fulfilled amplifies the power of your mental images. Gratitude raises your vibration, creating a state of receptivity and harmony with the invisible forces. When you give thanks for the abundance already on its way, you are acknowledging the law of supply and signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive. This act of appreciation is a powerful reinforcement that strengthens the magnetic current of manifestation, ensuring that the energy you release returns to you multiplied and aligned with your desire. Visualization can also be enhanced by using all the senses and engaging your imagination fully. Picture not only the appearance of your abundance, but the sounds, smells, textures, and sensations associated with it. Imagine the interactions, the experiences, and the emotions that accompany your prosperity. The more complete and immersive your vision, the more compelling the signal you broadcast. The invisible world responds to the totality of this experience, recognizing it as a reality waiting to be unfolded into your life. This sensory, rich engagement creates a resonance that draws the external circumstances needed to make your vision tangible. Faith, expectation, and consistency are critical companions to visualization. The act of seeing and feeling your desired outcome must be sustained with belief, repeated regularly, and held without wavering. Occasional, sporadic visualization produces weak results, sustained, emotionally charged, and detailed visualization produces accelerated manifestation. Every time you reinforce your images and feelings, you strengthen the magnetic currents that bring your desire into tangible form. This consistency signals to the universe that your intention is certain, unwavering, and ready to be fulfilled. Visualization also teaches you to live in the consciousness of abundance rather than scarcity. By regularly immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire, you create a mental habit of expectancy. This expectancy is magnetic. It does not argue with appearances or external conditions. It simply persists, projecting the reality you choose until the outer world conforms to it. Your inner world, shaped by vivid imagery and genuine emotion, inevitably dictates your outer circumstances. Every thought, feeling, and image becomes a command to the invisible forces, accelerating the arrival of your abundance and ensuring that your desires manifest with clarity and precision. Speak boldly and affirmatively. Your words are the key to unlocking prosperity, for the spoken word carries power far beyond casual thought. Words are not merely a tool for communication, they are seeds of creation, vibrations that move the invisible forces of the universe into action. When you speak with clarity, confidence, and authority, you are issuing a command to the unseen world. The universe responds not to hesitation, not to timid requests, but to bold declarations that express faith and expectancy. Every word you utter creates a magnetic current, drawing circumstances, people, and opportunities into alignment with the reality you affirm. The more precise, the more confident, and the more emotionally charged your words, the more potent they become as instruments of manifestation. The spoken word acts as a wand of creative power, a tool by which you shape the world around you. When you say, "Money flows to me easily and abundantly," you are not merely expressing hope or desire. You are issuing a command that the invisible world cannot resist. The law of attraction, the law of supply, and the law of manifestation all respond immediately to such declarations. Doubtless or timid expressions, however, send conflicting signals that confuse the magnetic currents, weakening their effect and delaying the arrival of your desires. Bold, affirmative speech communicates certainty, expectation, and alignment with the abundant flow of the universe, compelling it to move in your favor with precision and intelligence. Words are the bridge between thought and reality. Thoughts alone are powerful, but when they are expressed aloud with conviction, they gain momentum and vibrancy. Speaking allows the invisible currents to organize in tangible form, bringing your desires into manifestation. This is why affirmations, declarations, and spoken intentions are so central to the practice of prosperity. They reinforce your inner beliefs, focus your attention, and broadcast your intentions to the invisible world. Each statement spoken with faith becomes a signal that cannot be ignored, a magnetic force that aligns circumstances, resources, and people to fulfill your command. Bold speech requires the mastery of inner silence as well. You cannot command the universe with hesitation, contradiction, or uncertainty. If your thoughts are weak or wavering, if your mind questions your worthiness or the possibility of abundance, your words will carry the vibration of doubt, and the response will be weakened. Inner alignment is essential. Your thoughts, feelings, and spoken words must all resonate with the certainty of the outcome you desire. Speak only what you intend to manifest, only what you truly expect to see in your life, and allow your inner conviction to infuse every word with power. Emotional energy amplifies the spoken word. Words spoken without feeling are like seeds scattered on barren soil. They may fall but will not grow. When you speak with enthusiasm, joy, and expectancy, you are imbuing your words with life, giving them the vitality necessary to attract their fulfillment. Feel the excitement of abundance as you speak of it. Feel the satisfaction, the relief, the joy. Emotion carries vibration, and vibration attracts like vibration. The stronger the emotional charge behind your words, the faster, clearer, and more effortless the manifestation of your desires. This is why it is not enough to speak affirmations mechanically. They must be spoken as though the outcome is already true, alive in your present experience. Consistency in speech is another essential element. Repeated declarations, spoken daily with confidence and expectation, create a pattern that the subconscious mind absorbs and obeys. The subconscious does not differentiate between imagination and reality. It accepts whatever impression you give it as fact and works to organize the circumstances that reflect that truth. By consistently affirming prosperity, you are programming your subconscious to anticipate abundance, eliminating doubt and resistance, and allowing the natural flow of supply to move unhindered into your life. Each word spoken reinforces your belief, strengthens the magnetic current, and accelerates the realization of your desires. It is equally important to guard against negative or careless speech. Words of fear, complaint, or limitation repel prosperity in the same way that doubt obstructs manifestation. Speaking about lack, scarcity, or delay sends out vibrations that attract exactly that which you do not want. The universe does not argue or reason. It responds with perfect precision to the signals you emit. Therefore, your speech must be deliberate, confident, and aligned with the abundance you wish to see. Speak only what is constructive, affirm only what you wish to manifest, and let your words become a continuous declaration of faith, expectancy, and power. Affirmative speech also teaches the mind to think in terms of abundance. When you speak boldly of prosperity, you are conditioning your consciousness to perceive opportunities, resources, and possibilities that you might otherwise overlook. Words shape perception, and perception shapes reality. As you speak of the good that is already yours, you begin to recognize it everywhere in your life. This awareness strengthens belief, deepens faith, and multiplies the magnetic effect of your words. Speaking boldly not only commands the invisible world, it also trains your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to expect, recognize, and receive abundance. The spoken word can also act as a shield against limitation. In moments of doubt, fear, or external challenge, a confident declaration reinforces your alignment with abundance, protecting the flow from interruption. By speaking your truth and affirming your prosperity, you remind yourself and the universe that you are a rightful recipient of abundance. This clarity and authority remove confusion, uncertainty, and hesitation, allowing the invisible forces to respond swiftly and accurately. Words are powerful tools of authority. They establish your command over your reality and assert your right to receive the full measure of the universe's supply. Finally, bold and affirmative speech fosters a sense of empowerment and responsibility. You recognize that you are not a passive participant in life, but an active creator. Every word, every declaration, every sentence spoken with confidence is an exercise of your creative authority. The universe responds not to your complaints, not to your doubts, but to the deliberate, conscious expression of your will in harmony with the laws of supply. Speaking boldly affirms your sovereignty over your circumstances, aligns your inner and outer worlds, and sets in motion the magnetic currents that bring your desires into tangible form with precision and ease. Money moves according to the laws of supply, demand, and circulation, and understanding these principles is essential to mastering prosperity. The universe operates on intelligent and perfect laws that govern every aspect of abundance, and money is no exception. It is not stagnant, nor is it bound by arbitrary limitation. Like a living current, it flows where it is welcomed, where it is expected, and where it can circulate freely. The law of supply assures you that there is always more than enough. The law of demand confirms that what you require will come to meet your need. And the law of circulation ensures that money moves, flows, and returns continually when handled in alignment with these principles. Understanding these laws allows you to command the universe with clarity, faith, and authority, drawing the prosperity you seek without struggle or strain. The law of supply is the foundation upon which abundance rests. The universe is infinite in its resources, and there is always an ample supply of wealth, opportunity, and blessings for everyone. Scarcity exists only in the minds of those who focus on limitation. When you recognize that the supply is inexhaustible, you remove the mental blocks that prevent prosperity from manifesting. Money is not hoarded by some distant power or limited to a select few. It is available for all who align themselves with the flow. By affirming abundance and expecting provision, you place yourself in harmony with this law, and the current of wealth moves naturally toward you. Fear, doubt, and hesitation disrupt this alignment, while confident recognition of supply strengthens the magnetic attraction of prosperity. The law of demand is equally vital. Just as the universe supplies, it responds to the energy of demand. This is not a demand born of desperation, struggle, or pleading, but a confident, expectant demand that reflects belief in your right to receive. When you clearly state what you desire, when your thoughts, words, and emotions consistently affirm your intention, you create a strong demand signal to the invisible forces. The universe, intelligent and precise, responds to this demand by arranging circumstances, opportunities, and people in ways that fulfill your request. Demand, therefore, is not aggression or force, it is the conscious alignment of desire with expectation, coupled with unwavering faith that the supply is already in motion and available to you. Circulation is the third key principle, the movement that ensures prosperity flows freely and continually. Money, like energy, is never meant to stagnate. When it is allowed to circulate, it returns to you multiplied, often from unexpected sources. Hoarding, clinging, or fearing loss interrupts this natural rhythm, creating blockages in the flow of abundance. The universe rewards generosity, movement, and the conscious release of resources, for these actions signal trust in the law of supply. When you give freely, invest wisely, or contribute to the well-being of others, you create a dynamic current that accelerates the return of wealth to your life. The flow of money is a reflection of the energy you release into the world. It moves toward those who honor its circulation and obey its natural laws. Understanding the laws of supply, demand, and circulation allows you to see the intelligence behind every financial transaction, every opportunity, and every source of income. Money is not random, it is a reflection of your alignment with these universal principles. When you command the universe to bring you prosperity, you are not asking for a miracle. You are invoking the natural order of abundance, a system that responds predictably to thought, word, and feeling. By aligning your mind and heart with these laws, you become a magnet for resources, and money flows with the ease, precision, and reliability of natural law. It is important to recognize that these laws are not separate from your inner consciousness. Your thoughts, words, and beliefs act as signals that influence the movement of money. If your mind is filled with worry, scarcity, or doubt, the currents of supply, demand, and circulation are disrupted. If, however, your consciousness is focused on abundance, expectation, and confident faith, the currents move freely, bringing prosperity to your life with remarkable speed and efficiency. The invisible world does not discriminate between small or large sums. It responds to the clarity and intensity of the signal you emit. This is why mental discipline, affirmation, and emotional alignment are so essential to mastering the laws of money. The principle of circulation also emphasizes the importance of flow rather than accumulation. Money is like a river. When it is allowed to move, it nourishes and multiplies. When it is dammed or hoarded, it stagnates and loses its vitality. Prosperity flows most powerfully to those who understand this rhythm, who give, invest, and circulate resources with confidence and generosity. By consciously participating in this flow, you align yourself with the natural intelligence of the universe, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of wealth. This is the secret of effortless abundance. The more freely money moves through your life, the more returns to you in amplified form. Demand must also be coupled with clarity. You cannot attract what is vague, uncertain, or half-formed. The law of demand operates with precision. It delivers what is specifically requested, when requested with conviction and clarity. To manifest financial abundance, you must know exactly what you desire, declare it boldly, and maintain unwavering faith in its arrival. This clarity strengthens the magnetic pull, guiding the invisible forces to organize circumstances, opportunities, and resources in your favor. When your demand is clear, the response is immediate. When it is ambiguous, the flow is delayed or scattered. Faith is the bridge that connects all three laws. Supply exists, demand can be generated, circulation moves resources, but without faith, these laws remain inert in your life. Faith activates them, making the invisible forces responsive to your intention. By believing without doubt, expecting without hesitation, and acting in alignment with abundance, you unlock the natural flow of money. Faith ensures that the currents of supply, demand, and circulation operate efficiently, without resistance or interruption. It transforms theoretical laws into practical, tangible results in your life, demonstrating the intelligence and generosity of the universe. Trust the timing and method of the universe. Act as though abundance is already yours. For this alignment of belief and expectation is the key that opens the channels of supply. The universe operates on laws of precision, intelligence, and perfect order. It moves not according to human schedules, impatience, or misunderstanding, but according to its own infinite wisdom. Every desire you hold, every intention you issue, is received immediately by the invisible world, yet it unfolds according to timing that is flawless, exact, and beneficial. Trust, therefore, is not passive waiting, it is active alignment. It is a conscious decision to release control over the how and when, and to focus instead on the certainty of the outcome. By acting as though your abundance is already present, you project a vibration that harmonizes perfectly with the intelligence of the universe, allowing the currents of supply to move unhindered and without resistance. Many people fail to manifest because they attempt to force the timing of the universe to match their own understanding. They worry, fret, or manipulate circumstances in an effort to bring their desire into reality on their own terms. This creates friction, confusion, and delay. The invisible forces are intelligent and respond only to the vibration of faith and certainty. When you trust completely and act in alignment with the expectation that your desire is already fulfilled, you remove the obstacles created by doubt and impatience. The universe is then free to orchestrate events, opportunities, and resources in the most perfect and efficient manner. Trust allows the invisible currents to operate without obstruction, producing results that often exceed your imagination. Acting as though abundance is already yours requires a shift in consciousness. It is not enough to think positively or hope for prosperity. You must live, speak, and move from the inner reality of already having what you desire. Visualize, feel, and declare your abundance as if it is present now. See yourself handling money with ease, receiving opportunities with confidence, and experiencing prosperity in every aspect of your life. By embodying this inner reality, you create a magnetic resonance that draws the external manifestation into alignment. The universe responds to the reality you inhabit internally, not merely the desire you express externally. This is the secret to effortless manifestation. Your inner conviction becomes the blueprint for outer reality. Faith in the timing of the universe also cultivates patience. But this is not the ordinary patience born of passive waiting. It is an active patience, a steady, unwavering trust that every detail is being arranged for your highest good. You do not need to know the steps, the pathways, or the intermediate events. Your responsibility is to maintain clarity of intention, hold your vibration in alignment with abundance, and trust that the universal law of order is arranging everything perfectly. Every delay, every seeming obstacle, every unexpected circumstance is part of this orchestration. When you maintain trust, these events are transformed into opportunities, adjustments, and accelerators that bring your desire into reality more perfectly than you could have planned. The invisible forces respond to certainty rather than urgency. When you act as though abundance is already yours, you project a signal of confidence and expectation. This signal is magnetic, compelling the universe to align circumstances in your favor. Hesitation, doubt, or anxiety, however, dilute this signal, causing delay and confusion. The key is to maintain a steady, unwavering focus on the reality you wish to experience, releasing all concern over the exact methods and timing. The universe is a perfect organizer, and when your vibration aligns with abundance, it moves with precision, intelligence, and grace, delivering your desire in the most advantageous way. Trusting the method of the universe also requires surrender of attachment to outcomes. You do not need to control every detail, predict every step, or micromanage the flow of events. By releasing attachment, you allow the invisible currents to operate freely. Your energy is then available to maintain clarity, focus, and expectancy rather than being dissipated by worry or struggle. This surrender is not resignation, it is conscious recognition of the law of supply, demand, and circulation. It is understanding that the universe is infinitely intelligent and generous, that your desire is already received, and that the manifestation is unfolding exactly as it should. Consistency of belief is another vital factor. Acting as though abundance is already yours requires repeated reinforcement of thought, word, and emotion. Every affirmation, every visualization, every confident expectation strengthens the magnetic pull of your desire. Your subconscious mind absorbs these impressions, organizing the invisible forces to produce the desired outcome. Trust is cultivated and solidified through consistent practice, through repeated declarations of certainty, and through the conscious experience of living as if the outcome is already present. The more you reinforce this inner reality, the more powerfully it manifests externally. Faith and trust in timing also enhance your perception of opportunity. When you act as though abundance is already yours, you are naturally alert to the channels, connections, and possibilities that bring your desire into fulfillment. You recognize circumstances that others might overlook. Your mind is attuned to the flow of the universe, allowing you to take inspired action at the right moment. By aligning your inner state with the expectation of abundance, you not only attract resources but also become a participant in the orchestration of events, guided by intuition, insight, and clarity. Trusting the timing of the universe eliminates worry and struggle. Worry is a vibration of doubt, impatience, and fear, all of which block the flow of abundance. When you fully trust, you release these obstructive energies and replace them with faith, confidence, and joyful expectancy. The invisible forces then move freely, bringing your desires into alignment with perfect order and timing. Your inner calm, unwavering focus, and consistent belief create an environment in which abundance can manifest without resistance, friction, or delay. Acting as though abundance is already yours also strengthens your personal sense of worthiness and entitlement. By living from the perspective of having received, you affirm that you are deserving, capable, and aligned with the law of supply. The universe responds to this self-recognition, providing opportunities, resources, and blessings in harmony with the vibration you maintain. Doubt or feelings of unworthiness, on the other hand, create resistance, limiting the flow of prosperity and delaying fulfillment. Confidence, trust, and alignment with abundance invite the full measure of the universe's supply into your life. Visualization, feeling, and affirmative speech all support this practice. By seeing, feeling, and declaring your desired outcome as if it is already present, you strengthen the alignment between your inner consciousness and the invisible forces. This alignment is the key to effortless manifestation. The more fully you inhabit the reality of abundance internally, the more magnetic your presence becomes, and the more efficiently the universe responds. Every act of trust, every confident declaration, and every thought held with certainty reinforces the signal you send to the invisible world, ensuring that your desires are drawn into manifestation with speed, clarity, and ease.
Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a serene, still lake, the surface smooth like glass, reflecting the boundless sky above. In that stillness, feel the pulse of the universe, gentle and constant as it flows through every drop of water. You see, my dear one, you were once in tune with this flow, a part of this eternal current. But somewhere along the way, the world may have taught you to forget the power within you. Today I invite you to remember that you are made of the same sacred waters that carry life and dreams to their fullest expression. As we embark on this journey together, let the waters of the world awaken the power that resides within you. Today we shall speak of the water manifestation technique, a method as ancient as the earth itself, one that calls upon the flow of the universe to bring forth your deepest desires. Now feel the energy of the water, for it speaks to those who listen, to those who are ready to receive. Are you ready to manifest your desires with the clarity and purity of water? Now let us turn our attention to the sacred nature of water itself. Water is not merely a physical element, but a divine conduit, a medium that bridges the seen and the unseen. You see, water is life. It nurtures, it cleanses, and it transforms. This is no accident. In the grand design of the universe, water has always been the substance through which the unseen forces of creation move and take form. It flows, not in haste, but in divine rhythm, mirroring the flow of the very energy that courses through you. Water is alive, my friends. It holds memories, it responds to your energy, and it listens to your thoughts. This ancient wisdom is known by the soul, even if the mind may have forgotten. Think of the way water moves in the oceans, rising and falling, finding its way to wherever it is meant to go. It's not forced, it doesn't struggle, it simply flows. And so too must your desires flow with ease, with trust and with surrender. As we stand on the brink of manifesting our deepest desires, let us remember that water is here to teach us the most important lesson. The power to manifest is not in the force of our will, but in our ability to flow harmoniously with the universe. When you align yourself with this flow, when you release the resistance and surrender to the infinite possibilities before you, the universe moves in response. In the quiet and calm of water, there is a reflection of your own inner state. As you look into a still pond, you see not only the world around you, but the world within you. The water holds your reflection, reminding you of your own infinite potential. And just as water cleanses and purifies, it can also carry the seeds of your desires into the vast ocean of possibility. Now, with that knowing, let us step deeper into the understanding of how water connects us to our subconscious, to the part of us that is most attuned to the vibration of manifestation. When we work with water, we are not just using it as a physical substance, we are communing with the very forces of creation that are in us and around us, always waiting to help bring our desires into being. Water, as we now understand, holds the power of creation. But where does this creation begin? It begins within you, in your subconscious mind, that sacred space where your true desires lie. And this brings us to the second key, the connection between water and the subconscious mind. As we move deeper into the magic of water, let us now turn inward to the most sacred space within us, our subconscious mind. Water in all its fluidity speaks directly to this hidden realm, the part of us that holds our deepest truths, desires, and dreams. You see, our subconscious is like an ocean, vast, mysterious, and brimming with untapped potential. It is here that the seeds of all our desires are planted, nurtured, and eventually brought into fruition. But often we are not fully aware of the power we have within this hidden realm, and we forget that we can harness it to shape the life we wish to create. When you work with water, you are not simply setting an intention with your conscious mind, but you are inviting the subconscious to align with your desires. Water has this unique ability to absorb and amplify vibrations. Think of how water flows easily and effortlessly, carrying the energy of whatever it touches. When you speak your desires over water, you are essentially programming it, infusing it with your intent, your hope, and your vision. As you do this, the water carries these frequencies into your subconscious mind, aligning your inner world with the outer world of manifestation. The beauty of water is that it is a mirror to the subconscious. It reflects what is within. If your thoughts and intentions are pure, if they are clear and in alignment with your true desires, the water magnifies these thoughts and sends them forth with great power. But if doubt or fear lingers in your heart, water reflects that too. It is essential, then, that as we work with water, we purify our intentions. We must be clear, unwavering in our belief, and deeply connected to the vision of what we wish to bring forth. This technique, you see, is not just about the water itself, but about becoming aware of the power we already hold within our subconscious. Water is the medium, the sacred vessel, through which we can connect to that inner power. And when we begin to align our conscious thoughts with the desires of our subconscious, we unlock a force far greater than we can imagine. Now, with this understanding of how water speaks to our subconscious, let us move forward, knowing that we are not just sending out wishes to the universe, we are aligning our entire being with the flow of creation itself, allowing the infinite power of the subconscious to work with us, for us, and through us. Now that we have awakened to the power of water and its connection to the subconscious, we are ready to take the next step in this process, the power of setting pure, clear intentions, and the transformative role they play in bringing our desires into the physical realm. Now that we have awakened to the power of water and its connection to the subconscious, we must move to the next sacred step, the act of setting pure and clear intentions. You see, the universe responds to clarity. It responds to the energy you send out, and that energy is only as strong as the purity of your desire. When you approach water with a focused heart, free from confusion and doubt, your intention becomes like a beacon of light, guiding the universe toward the manifestation of your dreams. Water is responsive, and when you set your intentions with gratitude, as if they are already manifest, it magnifies the energy. The universe does not hear words, it feels the vibrations behind them. Speak to the water as though you are already living your desire, as if it is already part of your reality. Feel the joy, the peace, the abundance as it flows into your life. This is how you align with the highest frequency, the frequency of manifestation. In this moment, let go of the fear, the doubts, and the uncertainty. Your desires are worthy of being fulfilled, and the water can carry them to their rightful place, but only when your intentions are pure and unwavering. Set your intention and release it into the water, trusting that the universe will respond. The more pure and clear your desire, the faster and more precisely it will be manifested. And as your intention moves through the water, remember this: to manifest is not to force, but to allow your desires to flow naturally, just as water flows down a stream, carving its path with ease, grace, and patience. Allow the universe to guide your desires into being. Now, having set your clear intentions, let us look toward the sacred role of flow, for it is the flow of life that will carry us toward our desires. Water moves with such ease, never fighting against the current, always flowing toward its destination, trusting the divine timing of the universe. When we align ourselves with this flow, when we release the need to control every outcome, our desires manifest effortlessly. Just as water flows, so must we. We must release the resistance, surrendering control, and trusting that all things are coming to us in the perfect time and in the perfect way. Water reminds us that manifestation is not a forceful act. It is an act of alignment and trust. As you pour your intentions into the water, trust that the current will carry them to you. The universe is always working in your favor, and when you step into the flow, you open the door for abundance to enter. And so, as we begin to understand the power of surrender, let us also reflect on the visualization process, the sacred practice of seeing our desires as already manifest, and how this powerful tool can create a deep connection between us and the energy we wish to bring into our lives. Now that we understand the power of setting pure intentions and trusting the flow, we come to the practice of visualization, a practice so profound that it bridges the seen and the unseen, aligning us with our deepest desires. Let us explore how visualization works through water and the sacred act of seeing our dreams in vivid detail. Now we move into one of the most powerful practices in manifestation, the art of visualization through water. When you hold water in your hands, it becomes more than just a physical substance. It becomes a canvas for your dreams. As you gaze into the water, imagine your desires taking form. Picture them clearly, vividly, as if they are already part of your life. Visualize your desires not as distant dreams but as present realities. See the details, the emotions, the people, the places, the feelings, as if they are happening in this very moment. The water reflects back to you the energy you place into it. When you visualize your desires through the water, you are infusing it with the energy of your dreams. The water then carries this energy to your subconscious, amplifying the signal and sending it out into the universe. It becomes a vehicle for your wishes, a bridge between your inner vision and your outer reality. As you hold the water, close your eyes and let yourself feel the emotions of your manifestation as if it has already been realized. Let your heart fill with gratitude, with joy, with the knowing that this is already yours. The more you can embody the feeling of already having what you desire, the more quickly it will manifest in your reality. Water amplifies that energy, flowing through you and into the universe. And so, my friends, in this moment, visualize your deepest desires with every fiber of your being. See them clearly, feel them deeply, and know that the water in your hands is carrying them into the very fabric of the universe. Your dreams are already on their way to you. Now, as the visualization process begins to take root, let us reflect on the sacred cycle of water. The way it flows, is transformed, and returns to its source. Just as water moves through the natural cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation, so too does our manifestation journey follow a cycle. This is where trust and patience come into play. You must trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. Just as water evaporates into the air before it rains, your desires may take time to fully materialize. But in that waiting, the cycle is working. And so we surrender to the process, knowing that our desires are on their way, even as they move through unseen forces. Trust the journey, trust the timing, and trust that just as the rain eventually falls, your desires will come to you at the perfect moment. Everything is in divine order. Now, with this understanding of the water cycle and the trust it requires, let us speak about the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a key element in this process, for it magnifies the energy of manifestation and brings us into alignment with the universe's abundant flow. As we understand the role of trust and surrender in manifestation, we move into the transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the full potential of your desires, amplifying the energy of the water and the manifestation process. Let us explore how this sacred practice works in harmony with water to bring your desires into full bloom. Now we step into one of the most powerful and transformative forces in the universe, gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a polite gesture, it is a magnetic force that attracts abundance into your life. When you work with water to manifest your desires, gratitude becomes the key that unlocks the floodgates of the universe. As you hold the water and focus on your desires, express your gratitude as if your manifestation has already come to pass. Say thank you for the blessings that are already on their way to you, even if they have not yet fully materialized. Gratitude is a vibration, a high-frequency energy that connects you to the source of all creation. When you speak your desires over water with a heart full of gratitude, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance. You are sending a signal to the universe that you trust in its timing, that you are open to receiving, and that you are thankful for the flow of blessings that are already making their way to you. The act of expressing gratitude while working with water amplifies the energy of your intentions. Imagine for a moment that you are holding a crystal clear glass of water in your hands. You can feel its coolness, its fluidity, and its infinite potential. As you say thank you, feel the emotion of gratitude fill you completely. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the health. Thank you for the love and success that are already flowing toward you. In this moment, you are not waiting for your desires to show up. You are embracing them with a heart full of joy and appreciation, knowing they are already here. And as the water absorbs your gratitude, it sends this powerful signal to the universe, multiplying your desires and expanding your energy to receive even more. Water amplifies the vibration of gratitude, creating a ripple effect that spreads throughout your life. It is as if the universe is responding to your energy, matching the vibration you send out, and bringing your desires into being. Now that we understand the power of gratitude, we must also recognize the healing and cleansing nature of water. Just as water nourishes and sustains the body, it also cleanses and purifies the spirit. Manifestation requires clarity, a clear mind, a pure heart, and an open spirit. Water helps to wash away any doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs that might stand in the way of your desires. When you drink the water or use it in your practice, imagine it cleansing you, washing away all negativity, all resistance, and all that no longer serves you. Let it clear your energy field, creating space for your dreams to enter. Just as water purifies and refreshes the body, it also refreshes your soul, helping you step into the highest version of yourself, aligned with the flow of the universe. Now that we've understood the purifying and healing power of gratitude, let's move into the next stage, understanding how the ripple effect of your desires can spread far beyond what you can see. Just as a drop of water creates ripples across the surface, so too does your manifestation begin to influence the world around you in ways you may not yet realize. As we reflect on the power of gratitude and the healing properties of water, we now come to a profound truth. Just as a single drop of water creates ripples across a vast surface, so does every intention you set, every desire you manifest, create an energetic ripple that extends far beyond your immediate surroundings. This is the ripple effect of your desires. Each time you send your intention into the water, whether through spoken words, thoughts, or feelings, you are sending out a vibration into the universe. This vibration reaches farther than you may realize, influencing not only your life, but also the lives of those around you, and even the world at large. When you manifest your desires, you are part of a much larger picture, a greater flow that connects all things. You are not separate from the world. You are an integral part of it. Water teaches us this truth. Think about how the waves in the ocean, though far from their origin, are all connected to the same body of water. Similarly, the energy you send out is not limited by time, space, or distance. It touches everything and everyone, and as you manifest your desires, the ripple effect begins to alter your environment. Opportunities, people, and situations that align with your desires will come to you in ways you cannot yet comprehend. When you understand the ripple effect, you begin to see that manifestation is not just about you, it's about the flow of energy you contribute to the world. Your desires are not only for you but for the collective good, as they create a positive vibration that can uplift others and bring more light and abundance into the world. As you work with water, know that every time you send out a clear, focused intention, it creates ripples that return to you in divine timing. Just as water always finds its way back to the earth, so too will your desires return to you, multiplied and magnified, flowing in harmony with the universe. Now let us reflect on the infinite nature of water and the infinite possibilities it represents. Water is never-ending. It flows continuously, replenishing, renewing, and transforming. It is a perfect reflection of the abundant nature of the universe, And just as there is an endless supply of water on this earth, so too is there an endless supply of abundance, love and opportunity available to you. There are no limits to what you can manifest when you align yourself with this infinite flow. When you begin to believe in the infinite nature of your desires, you unlock the truth that there is no scarcity, only abundance. Water reminds us of this profound truth. There is always enough. As you pour your intentions into the water, know that the universe has an infinite supply of everything you desire. You are not asking for too much. You are simply aligning with the boundless energy of the universe and opening yourself to receive all that is meant for you. Now that we've come to understand the infinite nature of water and its connection to the abundance of the universe, let us reflect on how this infinite flow of energy is always working in your favor, how the universe is continuously responding to you, even when you cannot yet see the results. This brings us to the importance of patience and trust in the manifestation process. As we step into the understanding of the infinite nature of water, we must now speak of one of the most essential principles of manifestation, patience. Water in its divine flow does not rush, it moves at the pace that is right for the universe. Just as a river meanders toward its destination, it does so with calm assurance, trusting that the journey is as important as the destination itself. And so must you trust in the process of your manifestation. You see, just as water flows in its natural cycle, moving through evaporation, condensation, and precipitation, your desires too must flow through their own cycle. You might not always see the results immediately, but that does not mean they are not coming. Trust that every intention you send out is being received, and the universe is already aligning the circumstances, the people, and the opportunities needed to bring your desires into physical form. In the same way that you wouldn't demand the ocean to rise instantly, you must trust in the divine timing of your manifestation. The water in its patience shows you that all things are unfolding in their perfect time. Trust that your desires are being shaped in the unseen, just as a seed is growing beneath the soil before it reaches the surface. The process of manifestation may require time, but every moment is leading you closer to your dreams. Patience, therefore, is not about waiting passively. It is about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe, knowing that what is meant for you will come in its right time. When you trust the journey, when you surrender to the process, you create space for your desires to arrive with ease and grace. You allow the water to carry your intentions to their rightful place without resistance. Now, with this understanding of patience, we must also understand the role of trust in the manifestation process. Trust is the foundation of all creation. Water teaches us to trust the flow, to let go of our need to control, and to surrender to the natural unfolding of our dreams. Just as water does not question its course, you must trust that the universe has already set everything in motion for your highest good. When you trust, you release the tension and the doubt. You let go of the how and the when, knowing that the universe will orchestrate everything in divine timing. Just as water moves effortlessly, you too must allow your desires to move toward you with ease, free from fear and control. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, and that everything is unfolding perfectly. And as you trust, remember to celebrate the small moments along the way. Every step you take, every intention you set is a victory. Gratitude and trust go hand in hand. When you trust in the process and celebrate the journey, you are amplifying the energy of manifestation, drawing your desires ever closer. Now that we understand the role of patience and trust in manifestation, Let us turn our attention to how gratitude plays an even greater role in helping to manifest our desires, and how we can continue to build momentum in our journey towards the fulfillment of all that we have envisioned. As we reflect on the importance of patience and trust in our manifestation process, we now turn to the essential power of gratitude, an energy that not only strengthens the connection between you and the universe, but also amplifies your desires, bringing them into your reality at a pace that feels both natural and effortless. Gratitude, when practiced deeply, has the power to transform your thoughts, your feelings, and your manifestations. When you feel gratitude in your heart, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. This is why when you work with water, it is so vital to infuse your intentions with gratitude. When you express thanks even before the manifestation fully arrives, you are sending a message to the universe that you already recognize the flow of abundance, and that you trust in the gifts that are coming to you. Think about how water reflects light. The clearer the water, the brighter the light that can shine through it. Similarly, the more gratitude you express, the clearer and more potent the energy of your manifestations becomes. Gratitude opens the heart and softens the mind, allowing you to receive more fully. It creates a magnetic pull that draws your desires closer, inviting more blessings into your life. When you drink the water, or place it in your hands as part of your manifestation ritual, let your heart be flooded with gratitude. Thank the water for carrying your intentions, for amplifying your desires, and for guiding them toward their divine fulfillment. In this practice, you are not simply sending out wishes to the universe, you are recognizing the universe's response, even before it fully takes form in your life. This gratitude acts as a signal to the universe that you are already a vibrational match to your desires, and that you are ready to receive them. Gratitude is also a healer. It heals the space between what you desire and what you believe you deserve. When you feel gratitude, you raise your frequency to match that of your desires. You stop seeing them as distant dreams and begin to see them as your current reality. The more you practice gratitude, the more your manifestation will flow easily toward you, as the universe can now respond to you with the same energy that you are emitting. Remember that gratitude is not just about saying thank you, it is about feeling it deeply, in every fiber of your being. When you do this, you align with the highest flow of energy, and your manifestations will no longer feel like a struggle. They will feel natural, as though they are already on their way, because in truth they are. As water moves toward its natural destination, so too will your desires, when they are carried by the sacred force of gratitude. As we recognize the power of gratitude, let us also understand the importance of cleansing and purifying ourselves in this process. Just as water cleanses the body, it also clears away anything that stands in the way of your highest good. With water, we have the ability to cleanse ourselves of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs that block the flow of manifestation. This cleansing opens up space for our desires to enter, creating room for abundance and joy. Now that we've reflected on the transformative power of gratitude, let us understand how water not only cleanses and purifies but also prepares us to receive all that we've asked for. Let us explore how the act of purification through both water and our own energy clears the path for manifestation to come with ease and grace. As we move forward into the process of cleansing and purifying with water, we must understand that this is not just about physical cleanliness, but about spiritual and energetic purification. Water in its sacred form acts as a purifier, not only of the body but also of the mind and spirit. Just as water washes away physical dirt, it can also cleanse your thoughts, emotions, and energy field, creating the perfect space for your desires to manifest. When we work with water in this way, we invite it to wash away the doubts, fears, and negative beliefs that have accumulated over time. These are the obstacles that prevent the smooth flow of energy and hinder the manifestation process. Water helps dissolve these blockages, clearing your path and allowing your desires to flow freely into your life. Just as water naturally finds the path of least resistance, so too will your desires move toward you with ease once you've cleared away the resistance within yourself. To begin this process of purification, start by simply drinking water with intention. As you drink, imagine it washing through your body, cleansing every cell and every thought. Visualize the water dissolving old fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs, leaving only a clear, open channel for your desires. Feel the energy shift as you let go of any negativity or resistance, knowing that you are creating space for abundance, joy, and fulfillment to flow into your life. Another powerful way to purify yourself with water is through bathing or showering. As the water touches your skin, imagine it cleansing not only your body but also your energy field, washing away any negativity, stress, or emotional baggage you may have been carrying. Let the water soothe your mind and spirit, bringing you back to a state of balance and harmony. With each drop that touches you, know that you are being renewed, that you are making space for the highest vibrations of manifestation to enter. Purification with water is also about clearing your intentions. If your mind is cluttered with confusion or doubt, your manifestations will be clouded. But when you purify your thoughts, aligning them with your highest good, your desires become clear and focused. Water helps to bring that clarity, washing away the unnecessary and leaving only what is truly important, the vision of your dreams, pure and unclouded. As you purify yourself with water, trust that the universe is aligning everything for your highest good. Just as the water transforms from liquid to vapor to rain, so too will your desires transform, moving through the unseen realms before taking form in the physical world. This process of purification ensures that your desires are not tainted by fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs, allowing them to manifest in their purest, most aligned form. Now that we have cleansed ourselves with the power of water, let us recognize the importance of allowing our desires to manifest. Just as water flows without resistance, we must learn to allow our desires to come to us, trusting that the universe is guiding them to us at the perfect time. Now that we've purified ourselves and cleared the path for our desires, we must embrace the practice of allowing, the sacred art of receiving what is already on its way to you. Just as water flows without hesitation, so too must we flow with the process of manifestation, welcoming our desires with an open heart and trust in the universe's perfect timing. As we arrive at the final step of this sacred process, understanding the infinite nature of water, and how it reflects the abundance of the universe, it is time to remember a powerful truth. There is no limit to the good that can come into your life. Water in all its forms flows without end, never running out, always replenishing itself, just as the universe replenishes the flow of abundance, love, and opportunity to you. Just as the ocean is vast and never exhausted, so too is the supply of all that you desire. This is the divine law of the universe. There is always enough. There is always more than enough love, wealth, joy, health, and success available to you. The more you align with this truth, the more you will begin to see the infinite possibilities unfold before you. Water teaches us that abundance is not limited by time or space. It is limitless, flowing endlessly, and available to all who are willing to receive. When you embrace the infinite nature of your desires, you unlock the door to unlimited potential. Your dreams are not confined by your past experiences or the limitations of your mind. The universe has an endless supply of everything you seek, and as you step into this infinite flow, you begin to experience manifestation without boundaries. Remember, just as water never runs dry, your desires are always flowing toward you. Trust in the infinite abundance of the universe. Know that you are worthy of receiving all that you seek, and that there is no limit to the blessings that are available to you. Now, as we close this sacred journey, let us affirm the truth of who we are and the power we hold within. Let these words resonate deeply within you, for they are the energy of creation itself. I am a limitless being, and I am worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. I trust in the infinite flow of life, and know that my desires are always flowing toward me. I am in perfect harmony with the universe, and my desires manifest with ease and grace. I release all resistance and surrender to the divine timing of the universe. I am grateful for the abundance that flows into my life, and I welcome more with an open heart. I trust that all things are working together for my highest good, and I am aligned with the flow of infinite possibilities. Like water, my desires flow effortlessly to me, and I receive them with joy, gratitude, and love. Feel these affirmations resonate deep within your soul. Know that you are connected to the infinite flow of the universe, and your desires are already on their way to you. Trust in the process, and allow the waters of manifestation to carry your dreams to their perfect destination. And so it is. With this, your spiritual journey into manifestation through the power of water is complete. Trust in the flow, stay aligned with your desires, and know that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. You are one with the endless infinite flow of life and abundance.
The power of the spoken word is a double-edged sword. Every idle complaint, every whispered doubt, every grumble of dissatisfaction sends out vibrations that build walls where you long for doors. Many people live their whole lives creating blockages with their tongues, never realizing that silence holds the key to freedom. When you shut up, you do not surrender your strength, you awaken it. For in silence, the spirit moves swiftly. In silence, the universe speaks the loudest. Words are seeds, and they never fail to take root. A careless phrase, a sharp criticism, a negative prediction, all spring forth in due season. Some look at their life and ask, "Why do these troubles follow me?" Yet they are only harvesting the garden they themselves planted. The moment you guard your lips, you change the soil of your existence. When you stop scattering weeds, you make room for roses. Life responds to expectancy, not to complaint. The one who declares, "Nothing good ever happens to me," will find their words fulfilled. The one who holds their peace, who restrains the urge to complain, who waits in faith, such a one makes space for miracles. Silence is not weakness, silence is a decree. To be still is to step aside and let the higher law rearrange circumstances in your favor. The tongue is small, but it governs the entire ship. A careless word can steer your life toward storms, but the bridled tongue steers you into calm waters. When you stop feeding energy to worry, when you refuse to speak defeat, you place your destiny back on course. Your silence is not emptiness, it is alignment. Many wonder why their prayers seem unanswered. Yet how can prayers rise when immediately after, words of doubt cancel them out? The lips bless in one breath and curse in the next, and the result is confusion. But when you quiet the tongue, you cut off the stream of contradiction. You allow your inner decree. It is done. To echo without interference, to shut up, is not mere muteness, it is mastery. It is the refusal to speak against yourself, against your good, against your dreams. It is to stop narrating the nightmare and allow the dream to unfold. It is to hush the constant commentary of fear and open the channel of faith. Watch then as life bends toward you. The moment you step into silence, forces unseen begin their work. Opportunities gather. Solutions assemble. Doors prepare to open. The world which once seemed hostile, now conspires to bless you. For life is but a mirror, reflecting what you project. Remove the words of resistance, and the mirror clears. You will see harmony, order, and abundance rushing toward you. When you stop announcing the problem dissolves. When you stop rehearsing defeat, victory appears. When you stop fueling chaos with your lips, peace rises like the dawn. Shut up, therefore, and watch. Watch your life rearrange itself with divine precision. Watch the harvest of silence bring forth abundance. Watch the invisible law work without obstruction. Words are seeds, silence stops planting weeds. Every syllable that falls from the lips carries power. Whether for construction or destruction, many people live unaware that every casual remark, every sarcastic comment, every repetition of negativity is sowing into the invisible soil of their own destiny. Life does not distinguish between what you meant lightly and what you meant deeply. Life simply takes the vibration of your words, plants them, and waits for their harvest. When you say, "I can't," that seed takes root. When you declare, "I never have enough," that too plants itself firmly in your garden. The ground of the subconscious and the universal law does not argue with you. It only produces after your decree. To understand this is to realize why silence is golden. Each time you feel the impulse to complain, to criticize, or to forecast doom, you are preparing weeds to choke out the growth of your good. The weeds do not appear instantly, they come subtly, growing quietly until one day you find your plans tangled, your opportunities blocked, your health diminished, your peace disturbed. Many ask, why does this keep happening to me? The answer lies not in the stars, not in the cruelty of fate, but in the words spoken carelessly day after day. To shut the lips when tempted to sow doubt is to protect the soil of your destiny. Words are not idle. The one who says, "I am always tired," invites fatigue to settle in. The one who says, "People never treat me right," commands the world to echo their statement back in endless mirrors of experience. The tongue is a planter, scattering seeds into the fertile ground of spirit, and spirit never fails to bring forth fruit after its kind. If you are weary of disappointment, silence the declarations that feed it. If you long for prosperity, stop affirming lack with every conversation. If you desire love, cease speaking rejection. In silence, weeds find no new ground and the soil rests, awaiting a higher command. Every complaint is a seed that grows into more things to complain about. Every story of hardship told over and over again is a vine that spreads its roots deeper, wrapping around the life you seek to live. Silence is not weakness, it is refusal. It is the firm no to negativity that seeks to flow from the lips and multiply itself. When you choose silence, you are not suppressing your truth. You are protecting your field. You are guarding the energy of your future harvest. There is a sacred economy to words. Just as a farmer would never scatter precious grain without purpose, so too should the wise never cast words idly. A single phrase of faith, repeated in confidence, can produce a forest of blessings. A careless grumble, repeated in habit, can produce thorns. To withdraw from the impulse to speak every fleeting thought is to take dominion over your garden. You become deliberate. You choose to plant only what you wish to reap. The one who is quick to speak often finds themselves trapped by their own utterances. They say, "I am unlucky," and life responds, "As you will." They declare, "I never get ahead," and life obliges, reinforcing the decree. But the one who is slow to speak, who holds silence instead of scattering weeds, creates space for transformation. In the pause, in the restraint, there is wisdom. It is in the quiet that higher thoughts emerge. It is in the quiet that divine inspiration has room to breathe. Seeds do not need noise to grow, and so it is with words. Once planted, they germinate whether you remember them or not. This is why the discipline of silence is so powerful. Every withheld complaint is a weed unplanted. Every unsaid criticism is a thorn kept out of the soil. Every restrained prediction of failure is an opening for success to flourish. The mouth may itch to speak against circumstances, but silence refuses to hand power to the negative. In that refusal lies strength. Life is generous in its response. If you fill the soil of your mind with gratitude, you reap joy. If you saturate it with bitterness, you reap sorrow. But if you refuse to plant at all until you are clear, then you keep your garden clean. Many do not realize that silence is itself a command. It is a statement that says, "I will not give this power." It is the invisible hand pulling up weeds before they touch the ground. It is the gardener's wisdom to leave the earth untouched rather than litter it with useless seeds. In conversations, it is easy to join the chorus of complaints. Friends lament about money, and the impulse is to add your own story of lack. Coworkers grumble about the boss, and the instinct is to contribute your share of negativity. But in doing so, you plant their weeds in your field. Their words pass into your subconscious, and your agreement gives them strength. Silence is your shield. Silence is the refusal to participate in collective planting of thorns. By staying quiet, you keep your field pure, even when others scatter weeds recklessly around their own. The discipline is subtle but profound. A moment of silence instead of a careless retort changes the outcome. A withheld story of misfortune keeps the soil clear for fortune to appear. A refusal to declare defeat keeps the field ready for victory. In silence, you step away from the urge to narrate every shadow. You create space for light. The law of cause and effect does not pause. It does not overlook the little words spoken without thought. Even in jest, the seeds fall. The soil does not laugh, it produces. That is why silence is power. Better to say nothing than to sow what will later require painful uprooting. Better to hold the tongue than to regret the harvest. Each unspoken weed is a gift to yourself, a mercy granted to your own future. Complaints block blessings, silence clears the path. Each time a complaint leaves the lips, it builds an invisible wall between you and the good that is already reaching for you. The law of life is generous. It is always seeking to deliver what belongs to you, but complaints act as a shield that turns away the very things you long for. To complain is to say to the universe, "I do not trust, I do not believe, I do not expect better." And the universe, reflecting faithfully, answers with circumstances that mirror that vibration. Complaints are magnets for more of the same. They rehearse the past, they magnify the obstacle, and they keep the mind locked on what is missing instead of what is possible. Blessings often come quietly, like a whisper, like a breeze carrying the fragrance of opportunity, but the noise of complaint drowns them out. A person who constantly speaks of what is wrong cannot hear what is right. Their attention is fixed upon the lack, and life expands whatever is given attention. The one who is always saying, "This never works for me, nothing changes, everything is against me," has unknowingly set up a guard at the door of their blessings, turning them back before they arrive. Complaints are not harmless expressions of mood, they are decrees that shape reality. Every complaint sends out a signal, and that signal attracts its own kind. Silence, on the other hand, is open space. Silence is the cleared path where blessings may travel unhindered. When you choose silence instead of complaint, you do not deny what is happening. You simply refuse to give it power. You refuse to reinforce the negative by feeding it with more words. Words are fuel, and every complaint is fuel poured onto the fire of difficulty. Silence starves the fire. Silence says, "I will not add to this. I will not multiply this. I will not make this bigger than it already is." In that refusal lies freedom. The human tendency is to narrate suffering, to repeat it to others, to discuss it in detail, to linger on it until it becomes the only story told. Yet every retelling engraves the trouble deeper into the subconscious, and the subconscious, being creative, builds more of it. Complaints reinforce the problem's permanence, while silence loosens its grip. In silence, the problem withers for lack of attention. Silence allows the possibility of a different story to rise up. When the lips are closed, the heart can begin to hear the quiet assurance of a solution. A complaint is never neutral. It drags the energy downward, and it darkens the atmosphere of a room, of a home, of a workplace. It spreads quickly, like a contagion, multiplying as others join in. One person speaks of how bad the day is, another adds their own frustration, and soon the air is heavy with discouragement. Each participant has agreed to block their blessings together. But silence stops the chain. Silence refuses to pass along the contagion. Silence does not cooperate with the downward pull. Silence is not passive. It is an active alignment with trust. To remain silent when the urge to complain rises is to say inwardly, "Something greater is working here. I do not yet see the good, but I know it is forming. I will not block its way with my words." That silence clears the space for blessings to flow. Blessings that have been circling, waiting for an opening. The silence is the opening. The silence is the unlocked gate through which abundance, peace, and opportunity enter. Complaints, no matter how justified they may seem, tie you to the condition you are describing. You may say, "I only speak the truth, I am only saying how it is." But by declaring how it is, you bind yourself to how it is. The law of life cannot bring you beyond what you insist upon. If you declare, "I am stuck," the law obeys. If you say, "I never get what I want," the law fulfills your decree. The words may feel like a release, a way of venting, but in reality, they are anchors. They secure the very state you wish to escape. Silence cuts the rope. Silence lifts the anchor. Silence frees the ship to move again. Life is always moving toward greater good, but complaints turn the vessel in circles. The one who chooses silence allows the tide to carry them forward. Silence creates an openness where new ideas can arrive, where new doors can be noticed. Complaints blind the eyes to opportunity, because the mind is too busy confirming its own misery. Silence sharpens the perception, quiets the noise, and makes it possible to recognize the answer when it appears. Blessings often come disguised, wrapped in ordinary moments, hidden within small chances, concealed in what looks at first like delay. The complaining tongue rejects them, labeling them as disappointments before they have revealed their gift. But the silent tongue waits, and in waiting, it receives. The silent heart recognizes that not every blessing wears the costume of joy at first. Some blessings arrive as lessons, as redirections, as pauses that prepare the way. Complaint resists them, silence welcomes them. Complaint shuts the door, silence leaves it open. The path is always being cleared for those who do not resist it with their words. The universe leans toward generosity. Life longs to overflow with good. But when the tongue constantly speaks lack, it becomes as though stones are being thrown into the stream, blocking its flow. Silence removes the stones. Silence restores the current. The good that seemed delayed, the opportunities that seemed withheld, the peace that seemed absent. Suddenly they rush forward, no longer obstructed. Complaints block blessings because they declare that blessings do not exist. They say, "There is nothing good for me." And life, obedient, mirrors back the emptiness. But silence does not argue with what is wrong. Silence refuses to declare defeat. Silence holds space for what is right to show itself. Complaints argue against your own prosperity. Silence gives consent to it. Complaints are the language of fear. Silence is the language of faith. The path is cleared not by struggle, not by effort, but by the absence of resistance. Complaints are resistance, they push against the flow. Silence relaxes into trust, and in trust the blessings flow. Silence is the posture of receptivity, the fertile soil into which life can drop its gifts. In silence, you step aside and allow the higher order to work without interference. In silence, the energy of complaint is transmuted into expectancy, and expectancy, unspoken yet powerful, draws forth the very things complaint has kept away. The tongue steers destiny. Master it, master life. Every word that passes from your lips is a rudder directing the course of your journey. It may seem small, insignificant, tossed into the air and forgotten, but words never vanish. They imprint themselves upon the mind. They send vibrations into the unseen. They call forth experiences that echo their tone. A ship is massive, yet it obeys the slightest turn of a rudder. So it is with life, vast circumstances, countless details, immeasurable forces, all moving in response to the tiny yet commanding movements of the tongue. People often believe they are victims of chance, tossed about by luck or fate. Yet most of what they experience has been decreed by their own words. Every declaration is a command issued to the subconscious and to the universe. Speak of failure, and you begin the journey toward it. Speak of lack, and you navigate into barren waters. Speak of fear, and you sail directly into storms. The rudder does not discriminate, it obeys. And so, many steer themselves unknowingly into hardship simply because they never learned to guide their tongue. To master the tongue is to master the unseen steering wheel of destiny. Control over words is control over direction. The one who disciplines their speech does not need to force life, because the very words spoken in alignment with truth and expectancy set the course toward abundance. To say, "I am guided," "I am provided for," "I am strong," is not empty affirmation but a directive issued to the current of life. Those words set a new heading. They shift the winds. They align circumstances in unseen ways. The danger lies in carelessness. A thoughtless phrase repeated day after day slowly but surely alters the course of the voyage. One who says, "I always mess things up," may laugh as though it means little, yet those words cut deep furrows in the subconscious. Eventually the subconscious complies, arranging situations that prove the declaration true. The tongue has steered the ship into waters of constant failure, and the speaker wonders why misfortune seems to follow. The answer lies not in mystery but in mastery, or the lack of it. The tongue holds creative fire. It shapes reality through vibration. Even in silence of thought, the inner tongue whispers, and those whispers carry weight. To master the tongue is not merely to avoid careless speech outwardly, but to train the inner dialogue as well. How often do people say within themselves, "I cannot do this," or "This will never work out"? Those inner murmurs are rudders too, steering the ship quietly but effectively. Life listens not only to shouted decrees but also to whispered doubts. Mastery of the tongue is therefore mastery of focus. It requires awareness, vigilance, and intention. To speak with mastery is to refuse to narrate the negative. It is to bridle the instinct to complain, to gossip, to prophesy defeat. It is to choose words that affirm life, health, peace, and success, not because circumstances already show them, but because words create the path for them to appear. The rudder must be set before the ship can arrive at its destination. Many think they are being practical when they speak of lack or limitation. They believe they are simply stating facts. Yet to repeat those facts endlessly is to anchor oneself to them. A ship cannot move forward while tied to the dock. To declare, "This is how it is. This is all I have. This is all I can do," is to tighten the ropes. Mastery of the tongue cuts them loose. It says, "More is possible. Greater is coming. My good is unfolding." Those words set a new course, releasing the vessel to move toward what has been prepared. Destiny is not a fixed line carved in stone. It bends, shifts, and reshapes itself according to the guidance of the tongue. Lives have been transformed not by sudden miracles, but by consistent mastery of words. The one who replaces defeat with victory, sickness with health, fear with courage, lack with abundance, gradually shifts the rudder, and though the ship does not turn instantly, it does turn surely. Over time, the new course becomes visible, and the destination once thought unreachable becomes reality. The tongue is both creative and destructive. Fire can warm or it can burn, water can nourish or it can drown, and words can lift or they can shatter. Mastery is the choice of direction. With every phrase you decide, do I steer toward life or toward death, toward growth or toward decay, toward freedom or toward bondage? Words plant themselves deeply, and destiny unfolds according to their command. There is no neutrality. To leave the tongue undisciplined is to allow the ship to drift aimlessly, tossed by every wind of circumstance. To master it is to become captain of your fate. The one who guards their words lives deliberately. They do not speak until their tongue aligns with their vision. They do not repeat every thought that arises. They pause, they choose, they direct. Each sentence becomes an act of navigation, each declaration a turning of the wheel. They do not waste power on idle negativity. They understand that every utterance is seed, and every seed has a harvest. To master the tongue is to sow only what you wish to reap. This mastery is not attained in a day. It is a discipline, a practice, a daily awareness. At first, the tongue may stumble, releasing old habits of complaint, of fear, of doubt. But with persistence, new habits form. Words of faith replace words of worry. Words of expectancy replace words of resignation. Gradually the ship of life shifts its course, and the evidence begins to appear. Opportunities open. Health strengthens, relationships harmonize, doors that seemed locked swing wide. The outer world adjusts to the inner decree, for the tongue has spoken, and destiny has obeyed. The tongue steers destiny, master it, master life. Silence aligns you with unseen forces of good. Beneath the noise of the world, there is a constant movement of higher law, a current always pulling toward harmony, abundance, and order. Yet most people drown out its guidance with ceaseless chatter, with anxious conversations, with endless rehearsals of fear and failure. When the tongue is always busy declaring what is wrong, it leaves no space for the whisper of what is right. Silence is not emptiness. It is receptivity. It is the posture of listening. It is the tuning of the soul to the frequency of the unseen, where answers are already prepared, where provision is already complete, where the path is already clear. The forces of good move in silence because they do not compete. They do not shout over fear. They do not wrestle with worry. They wait for the still moment when the mind grows quiet and the lips are closed. That is when inspiration arrives like a flash. That is when intuition stirs, when sudden clarity breaks through confusion, when peace replaces panic. But these cannot be heard in the clamor of complaints or in the constant repetition of obstacles. Only silence allows them to surface. When one withdraws from the urge to speak against circumstances, they create a channel. Silence is that open channel. It is as if the noise of doubt and negativity builds a wall, and silence tears the wall down. Behind the wall, blessings were always waiting. Behind the wall, solutions were always present. Silence removes the obstruction so the unseen forces can flow unhindered into experience. Silence is not inactivity, it is alignment. It is the invisible agreement that says, I allow good to move. I allow life to work. I will not interfere with endless words of contradiction. When you choose silence instead of complaint, you harmonize with the rhythm of life. You step into the stream instead of splashing against it. The current then carries you forward with effortless strength. Every force in the universe responds to vibration, and words carry vibration. The vibration of complaint pulls toward chaos. The vibration of fear pulls toward delay. The vibration of anger pulls toward conflict. But silence vibrates differently. Silence is not void. It is charged. It hums with expectancy. It listens instead of resists. It yields instead of struggles. And because it yields, it connects with the subtle yet powerful current of unseen good, which is always flowing, always seeking to manifest. In silence the mind rests, and in rest it becomes fertile. Ideas that once seemed hidden emerge. Solutions that were obscured by noise suddenly present themselves. The higher self, the divine wisdom, the inner guidance, all of these require stillness to be heard. They are drowned out by endless repetition of problems. But in silence they rise. They speak clearly, not in thunder, but in assurance, in knowing, in direction. Those who live in constant speech often say they do not hear guidance, that they cannot find clarity, that blessings never reach them. But they do not realize they are talking over the very voice they seek. The guidance is not absent, it is simply drowned. When lips are closed, when the mind is quieted, when the inner dialogue softens into silence, the voice of unseen forces can finally be heard, and that voice always directs toward good. Silence also shields. In silence you refuse to agree with fear spoken around you. Others may complain, criticize, predict doom, but when you remain silent, you do not join their decree. Their words do not take root in your garden. Silence protects your field. It creates a barrier against the contagion of negativity. Instead of adding your voice to the chorus of defeat, silence holds its own space, and that space becomes fertile ground for good alone. Silence is strength disguised. It may appear as if you are doing nothing, but in truth you are doing the greatest work, allowing unseen forces to do what your words of worry could never accomplish. Silence is the removal of resistance. It is stepping aside so the law can move. The law is always at work, but it is hindered when you speak against it. Every declaration of impossibility delays the possible. Every confession of lack delays abundance. But silence does not resist. Silence allows. Silence aligns. The alignment is subtle but undeniable. Circumstances begin to shift. People appear at the right time. Opportunities unfold unexpectedly. Answers arrive without effort. None of this is coincidence. It is the fruit of alignment. The unseen forces of good were always moving, but in silence you gave them room to enter. You did not block them with words of fear. You did not cancel them with contradictions. You held the space, and in that space they manifested. Silence is also discipline. It requires strength to withhold complaint when every impulse urges you to speak it. It requires awareness to catch the tongue before it scatters words of defeat. But every time you choose silence over negativity, you deepen your alignment. You train the tongue to obey the higher order rather than the lower impulse. In doing so, you strengthen your connection with the unseen forces that carry you toward your destiny. To align with unseen good is to recognize that not all movement is visible. Just as seeds sprout underground before breaking the surface, so too do blessings often grow in silence before they appear in form. Silence honors this unseen process. It does not dig up the seed with anxious words. It waits, it trusts, it holds stillness. And in that stillness, growth continues unhindered. Every tradition of wisdom has honored silence as a doorway. It is the space between thoughts where clarity is found, the pause between breaths where presence is felt, the gap between words where truth lives. In silence you step beyond the limited self and touch the vastness of the unseen. And the unseen is always good, always abundant, always ready to pour itself into form if only given space. Silence aligns you with unseen forces of good because silence is harmony. It refuses to clash with life, it refuses to argue with what is, it refuses to resist with negativity. Instead, it opens, it softens, it waits. And in that openness, the invisible order of the universe moves freely, arranging, guiding, blessing, and fulfilling. Stop narrating the problem. Watch the solution appear. The mind has a deep tendency to describe, repeat, and rehearse everything that seems wrong. It wants to analyze the difficulty from every angle, to tell the story of failure again and again, to seek comfort in the retelling of pain. Yet every narration of the problem gives it new life, new energy, new strength. The more the problem is spoken, the more deeply it engraves itself in the mind, and the more forcefully it shapes reality. Words are not harmless descriptions. They are commands. Each time you narrate the problem, you decree that the problem is your truth. Each time you rehearse the obstacle, you tell life, "This is what I want more of." To stop narrating is to stop feeding. Problems do not grow on their own. They require attention. They require language. They require energy. When you withdraw these, they shrink. When you stop announcing them to yourself and to others, you pull the plug on their power source. The silence that follows is not weakness. It is the space where solutions take form. For as long as you are filling the air with the story of the obstacle, there is no room for the story of the answer. The constant narration blocks the arrival of the new. The mind may protest, insisting that narration is necessary. It will say, "I need to talk about this. I need to explain. I need to be heard," and there is truth in expression. But expression quickly becomes entrapment when it circles endlessly around the same theme. At some point, telling the story becomes building the prison. Each retelling adds another bar. Soon the problem is no longer just an event but an identity. You are no longer facing a difficulty. You have become the person who lives in difficulty. The narration cements the problem as part of your being. The moment you stop narrating, you begin to loosen the cement. You begin to separate yourself from the difficulty. You are no longer the one who repeats it, who carries it, who defines yourself by it. You are the one who allows space for something else. And in that space, the solution, which was always hovering nearby, begins to surface. Solutions are delicate, they require quiet. They cannot be heard above the noise of constant complaint. They whisper in silence, they arrive in stillness. They come when the story of the problem is no longer filling the air. Every problem carries within it the seed of its own solution. But to discover it, one must stop staring at the shell. Narration is staring at the shell, describing its hardness, its weight, its color, its flaws. Silence cracks it open. Silence allows the seed to sprout. Narration keeps the attention bound to what is wrong. Silence shifts attention to what might unfold. Attention is the most powerful currency you hold. Where you give it, life expands. To stop narrating the problem is to withdraw attention from the barren soil and place it in the fertile ground where new answers can grow. The habit of narrating problems is not only personal but collective. Families, workplaces, and entire societies sometimes gather around the ritual of complaint, repeating endlessly what is broken, what is missing, what is unjust. These conversations feel real, they feel bonding, but they chain the group to the very conditions they despise. No fresh possibility can emerge in a room filled with the echo of the same old problem. Yet a single choice to stop narrating shifts the atmosphere. One silence breaks the chain. One refusal to repeat the old story makes space for a new chapter to begin. It is not denial to stop narrating. Denial is resistance, but silence is surrender. Denial says, "This problem does not exist," while silence says, "This problem will not dominate my words." Denial fights the problem, but silence disarms it. Denial binds energy in argument, but silence frees energy for creativity. Silence does not pretend the difficulty is not there. It simply refuses to exalt it through endless repetition. That refusal changes everything. When the problem is no longer narrated, the mind is free to listen for guidance. Intuition rises, ideas come. Clarity dawns. The solution often appears not in dramatic revelation, but in subtle direction. A thought to call someone, an urge to try a new path, a shift in perception that reframes the entire situation. These are drowned out when the lips are busy repeating what is wrong. But in silence, they grow louder, clearer, more insistent. The solution was always present, but the noise of narration kept it hidden. The universe bends to the language of faith, not fear. Narrating the problem is the language of fear. It tells life, "I believe in this obstacle more than in the possibility of its resolution." But silence is the language of faith. It says, without words, "I trust that the answer is forming. I trust that unseen forces are arranging the way. I trust that good is moving even now." That trust clears the vision, and the solution becomes visible. The more one narrates the problem, the more fixed the problem becomes. The more one stops, the more fluid it becomes, and in fluidity, it shifts. Problems are not as solid as they appear. They are patterns of thought and energy, and patterns can change the moment you stop reinforcing them. Narration is reinforcement. Silence is release. Release allows the form to dissolve and reform. Release opens the way for a higher pattern to emerge. To stop narrating is also to break agreement with others who are invested in the problem. Often people bond over shared complaints, repeating the same difficulties together. This creates collective energy that strengthens the problem's hold. Refusing to narrate does not isolate you, it liberates you. It pulls your energy out of the cycle of shared complaint and places it into alignment with possibility. Others may continue their narration, but you step aside, and in that stepping aside, you open yourself to solutions that they cannot yet see. Solutions often appear in silence because silence is fertile ground. When the soil is not cluttered with weeds of constant narration, seeds of inspiration can sprout. They grow quietly, often unnoticed at first, until suddenly the answer stands clear, undeniable, ready to be acted upon. This clarity is not manufactured by force but revealed by stillness. You did not invent the solution, you allowed it. You did not struggle it into being. You made space for it by stopping the endless narration of the problem. The discipline is not easy. The tongue longs to speak, the mind longs to repeat, the emotions long to vent. But each time you resist, each time you withhold the narration, you weaken the grip of the problem. Each silence is a withdrawal of power from what holds you back. Each pause is a seed planted for the appearance of the answer. Over time, the practice becomes natural. The lips no longer itch to retell the same old story. The mind no longer clings to the same old identity. And as narration fades, solutions multiply.